You find yourselves in the chambers of Baron Henrik Rennet. You're in his mansion. It's like on a hill overlooking a town, maybe like a pretty large town. And it's in sometime in the afternoon. And you've entered this mansion. You've been led in by a servant of some kind. They've kind of showed you through the corridors and up some stairs, down a hall, and into this chamber, which is draped in mourning black. There's like thick black curtains that are closed, and there's a bunch of candles, and the room is crowded with doctors in beak-nosed masks. And you see who you think is almost certainly Henrik, lying in the bed in the middle of the room. He's clearly unwell. He's he's a human with a big red beard and dark circles under his eyes, and he's dressed in black robes. You can kind of see his arms like over the blanket. There are these doctors sort of fussing over him. And as you come in, he kind of sees you come in and sort of waves one of them away, and kind of fumbles for his glasses on the bedside table. And you are here because you're responding to an advertisement that was circulated throughout the town, looking for cheap hires who want to make some quick gold. So you've responded to this advertisement. You've come to this mansion, and now you stand before this sick old baron, and he kind of fumbles for his glasses and like kind of puts his glasses on and peers up at you. And let's do some character introductions. What does he see through his glasses? Maybe we'll do a round in character order. If you just want to describe your appearance and say a little bit about yourself, and maybe, I don't know, why you might have responded to this ad, perhaps. We'll start with Jenko Jenkins.
Okay, so in front of him stands Jenko's a Goliath as well. Goliath is wearing leopard print, you would say, tank top. Even though there's no window open or curtains are drawn, his hair is just like bellowing. Whichever way he turns, it just bellows in that direction as he stands with his hands on his hips. You might say, "Oh, I think this guy's got the shivers. I think you might need some healing there, Father Jarvis. Oh, but that taste of gold, on the taste of my lips, I think it's something that we can look after."
Maybe the Baron sees your hair billowing in an unseen wind, and he's like, "Oh, it's the draft is back again. Oh, somebody do something about that draft." One of these doctors is like, "There's no draft. We've looked everywhere for the damn draft." I guess you have to kind of like stoop to like get in through the door. All right, Father Joris.
Yes, you see a very priestly-looking individual, but his eyes are covered in a black blindfold. And around all over his face, and there's some tattoos and stuff as well. You kind of see a bit peeking out from the neck and such, and some scratches and cuts. As in, he used to live a very nasty life before he entered the priesthood. You see, this nice billowy cloak and his pendant resembling the sun itself. And as he comes in, "Well, Jenko Jenkins, is it? I know we've just met, but you don't need to show off to the Baron here. Look, we've simply come to ease his wife's burdens on this earth. We must do what we can to help, of course. And if there's a bit of gold for the church, I don't mind you.
Maybe the Baron sees that your cloak is also billowing. Like,
We all have billowing cloaks here.
See what I told you? It's like, what? What's that? What's
It's
that,
a
my dear?
gift from the divine.
Elenore? Oh. I thought perhaps I felt a breeze, but then maybe it was Elenore. My poor wife. Passing through. Blowing your hair and your cloak. And who are you? He looks over at Smiggles.
I think, all attention is probably on the hulking form of Jenko at this point, as and all the billowing that's going on. And I think Jenko probably gets a bit of a sudden whack on the back of his knee, and maybe turns around, doesn't see anything, and then looks down and sees this ancient little halfling with a big blue wizard's hat that's kind of old as he is and flopped to one side, and he kind of says, "Out of the way, big man. This is wizard work," and kind of shuffles his way to the front with a little bit of a wobble. And then the rest of you will see, so he's there, he's in this kind of old worn clothing, but it's of good make. Big bushy beard and white hair, pipe smoke stains in the beard all around kind of the mouth area. Sitting on his shoulder is this equally old, decrepit looking little tawny owl that's kind of half asleep, just maybe one eye open. So he sort of moves to the front of the group, and then he looks up at the Baron and has quite a disapproving look on his face in the presence of nobility.
Maybe one of these beak nose masked doctors kind of indicates to you as well, and whispers to the Baron that there's no billowing there. You see, sir, it's all in your head. What? Shush! Go away. A wizard, you say? Excellent. Yes. They've all. He kind of his eyes dart around the room. It's yes, they've all come. They've all come. He definitely seems a little bit crazy, or something like that.
I pull one of the doctors with the pointy noses to the side and say, "Do you know what kind of illness is befallen?"
Says, it is, we think grief is the Baron's heart is broken.
Well, perhaps when we use his wife's soul, we can finally move past this illness.
The Baron's what are you whispering over there?
We were simply discussing your illness, man.
Oh, yes. Hi, Jonas. Oh, I have suffered so deeply. Look, thank you for coming. My beautiful late wife, you see, passed on recently in a tragic accident. He points to this picture of a very beautiful woman on his bedside table. Yes, it was a real. He sort of trails off for a moment, kind of stares at the corner of the room, and then you sort of wait a little bit longer than you would expect. Quite quiet. One of these doctors sort of looks over at him, and then he's suddenly startles, "Oh, what? What was that? Hello, yes. Is that you, Elenore? Oh, yes, I'm getting to it. Anyway, all of you, thank you for coming here. As I said, my beautiful late wife, she was the final living member of her noble line. And she always said while she was alive that she wished to restore her family's ancestral mausoleum and be laid to rest there when her time came. But her time came early and she never got the chance. And I have something to ask of the three of you. Seeing as you answered my my advertisement, I assume that you are adequately strong and resourceful. Would you say of yourselves?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
The job, man, the job.
There's less of us than I thought, but I suppose we can do the job with this many people.
Oh, when you've got Jinko chickens on your side, that's all you need, Lord Henrik.
Yes. Well, yes, yeah, that is good. You do seem quite large. You would probably account for however many others might have shown up. But, yes. Here's the thing. I still have my dear wife's ashes, and I would have you take her ashes to the family's ancestral mausoleum in the Painted Valley, and inter her for me. I would of course go myself, but I'm much too unwell, and I also the gentleman who I would usually have do such tasks for me, I had to let him go. You see, I'm quite strapped at the moment. As you can see, sort of indicates around this like lavishly decorated bedchamber.
Yeah, I think Smiggles just rolls his eyes. He's like,
Billy, you are very
the suffering of this
humble
poor
man.
Baron is really getting to me.
Yes, but you'll find it is a simple task, simple, easy, very safe. Yes, anyone could do it, really. But of course, if you would do this task for me, I would offer you a reward of 50 gold peaches. 50 gold pieces each. Did I say peaches?
Yeah, I was going to say peaches would be golden
You got
peaches
any
are actually
peaches?
quite valuable.
I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. Did I mention that? Yes?
Yes, several times.
What was that? Oh,
think we
get to the
understood
point.
that.
Oh, sorry. Get to the point. Yes. You. He like indicates to one of these doctors. Can you get me that map off that table? This doctor goes over and rummages around and brings in this piece of parchment. He kind of rolls it up. Here, take this map. This will lead you to the Painted Valley.
Joris takes hold of it.
Do you accept this very easy, simple task?
Sure, we can easily and simply put your wife to rest. It would be no problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Her ashes are just over there on the cabinet. If you would take them and be very, very respectful, of course, I would appreciate it. The Painted Valley has mostly been abandoned for a good 50 years or so. But if you go there, there should still be an old groundskeeper there, Voldemar, and he should be able to point you to the way to the mausoleum.
How far is this valley?
You can look on the map, and
we've got
you
a
can
map.
see that it's just sort of outside of town, on the other side of town, and then some way beyond that. It's not too far away.
Okay.
Past,
I think
just past the
Smiggles
outskirts.
kind of looks up at Janko and he's like, walking is easier for some than others, and he's kind of leaning on his cane. Where do we see the map?
Just 1 foot in front of the other, brother. Just 1 foot in front of the other.
Oh no, sorry. There is no map. I just mean that if your character looks at the map, your character will see that it's.
I'm sure you can carry these Smiggles with those big arms of yours.
Nobody carries a wizard.
He's a good little lad, that Claw.
Hey. All right. So that's it then. We take the ashes, we go see this Voldemar, who I'm sure sounds like a lovely chap. No one could be up to any mischief with a name like Voldemar.
Might be a brother of,
Deliver the ashes, get our peaches.
Sounds like a trustworthy fellow. I'll be happy to meet him.
Well, what are we waiting for?
No.
What time of day was it when you walked in? I forgot that.
I guess late in the afternoon. So yeah, maybe you can sort of head back to town, have a nice meal, sleep wherever it is you sleep. Where does everyone sleep?
Well, Smiggles is in. Hang on, I put it in this little thing. I think I said he lives on the outskirts of insert campaign relevant town here.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So he's basically in a little hut. He's almost a hermit, but he goes into town to get supplies and trade things. But he's sort of a homesteader, lives mostly off the land. So he's got a little hut, sort of just on the outskirts of town.
On the
Burris is the
outskirts.
priest of a local church, so he stays within the kind of dormitories there. He says, "Do you need some place to stay? You can stay within my church for some time if you wish."
Jenko probably stays up a room at the tavern because, on the side he does some, security downstairs. Just keeps some crowd control.
Yeah. All right. Maybe. Yeah, I was just thinking if Smiggles lives on the outskirts, maybe you would know of this painted valley. Maybe it's not quite your outskirts.
110 years of wizardly wisdom. I'm sure he knows a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, maybe you've heard of this ancient mausoleum. You know that it's actually a tower. A marble tower with a golden roof, and it's located in this pretty dense forest that is just near this cemetery. That's there were some kind of like huts, cottages, and things out there, but it's most of those people have sort of moved into the town, and so it hasn't been particularly frequented for quite some time. And I guess.
Would I know, like, is there folklore about this place? If it's sort of, he said no one's been there for sort of 50 years. Are there rumours of, is it haunted? Is it any of that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, as a wizard that's been kind of like roaming around, maybe you have heard.
Do you want a roll? I could give you a roll.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking like if you're kind of roaming around the outskirts, I don't know if you need a roll.
Well, he's a herbalist and a bit of a healer. So he'll be traveling around picking herbs and looking for botanicals and alchemical components and things. So
maybe
chances are he's wandered in there.
Yeah, maybe he actually avoids that area a little bit because there have been strange things in the forest. The forest is kind of behaving in a way that is unusual. And maybe also when he's gone there, he hasn't been able to find the sorts of herbs and things that he would expect to find.
Okay.
And the place like gives him like a bad feeling. It seems, to be even perhaps there's some sort of corruption there, something kind of heavy hanging over the whole area.
It's different to all the forest around it.
Yeah,
and it's a noticeable little. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I think he tells this to the people. He sort of says that he knows the area, but hasn't ventured in because it's a strange land and there's something just not right about it.
Would Jinko pick up the odd rumor at the tavern from travellers of that area? Maybe disappearances or strange occurrences?
Yeah, I mean, if he asks around, give me just a flat charisma check.
Oh, this has got to be strong.
Well, that's the thing. We're going to talk about this later. It's being a monk.
It's a -1.
Maybe you hear that just kind of mostly what you already know, that most people who used to live there don't live there anymore. Maybe one person kind of says like, I've heard that the old cemetery's haunted. That's about it.
Yeah.
If we were all doing a bit of research, then I might peruse some of the small kind of library-ish section of the church to see if there's any books about the area.
I think probably all you would find is just like some history about the building of the town and the sort of small settlement that was there and then was eventually kind of absorbed into the town. Nothing in particular about what's happened to it in recent times.
Yes, it's a pretty unexplored area. I'll have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's also associated with the Baron's family. So maybe, especially like the cemetery and
actually
the
a
area
more
behind
restricted personal estate.
Not so much an estate, but it's just, yeah, maybe some of it, not so much a cemetery probably, but it's just kind of known to be like the old Rennet family sort of property.
And so the tower itself is the mausoleum where their dead are interred.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dead specifically of Eleanor's family are in the tower. But yeah, so you get some sleep. You can have a long rest. And you wake up the next morning and you head out
Level up.
on the road. Level up. Yeah. We'll convene next week. Reconvene next week.
That conversation was a lot of XP, wow.
He was pretty hard to deal with, that guy. Yeah, so you follow the road out past the outskirts of town into the countryside and over some hills, and you kind of, there's an increasing number of trees as you head out here, and it starts kind of leading into a more sort of forested area. And so you enter what you can see on the map is the Painted Valley. And you come through here, you see some of these sort of old abandoned cottages and things. But it's very overgrown. And probably Smiggles, you get this same like feeling of unease as you come in here. But even though you feel this unease, it's this area is actually quite beautiful. There's a fragrance in the air. It's overgrown, but there's like flowers everywhere. It has the appearance of a very picturesque, kind of beautiful sort of garden valley. And there are these low golden clouds sort of rolling past the mountains. And you can see this path like winding past this ivy-choked gate toward a small cottage with dusty windows. And beyond the cottage, that path leads into a much denser area, the dense forest, which is in particular the forest that you've been avoiding, Smiggles. And you can just see from where you're standing, kind of as you're approaching this cemetery, some way into this forest, you see this like kind of glint of sunlight, and it looks like potentially the mausoleum's golden spire sort of poking through the treetops. And as you approach this cemetery, you see somebody just standing in the middle of the cemetery amongst all these weeds and like overgrown plants and flowers and things. Just this tall, wiry-looking, elderly man, human man, and he's just like standing there dressed in this shabby black work apron, holding a rake, just like facing the other direction, just like standing there, motionless.
If this is that Voldemort person we were told about.
Does he seem like what is he looking at? Can we see?
It doesn't look. I guess he's looking towards the forest behind the cemetery. He's just kind of staring off in that direction. You don't see any movement there or anything in particular.
So I think Smiggles is kind of 20 odd steps behind the others, trying to catch up, keep up. It's moving about 6 steps for every one of theirs. And maybe you hear him kind of muttering in the background, saying things like, bloody billowing hair and billowing this. It's all billowing these days. Just tries to catch up to the others. I think he's a bit nervous. He knows this area is wrong, so I think he's just trying to get a bit closer to the others. How far away are we from this guy?
Only like a few meters, like 5 or 6 meters.
Okay.
He's just kind of standing just in this cemetery, just like standing there. Maybe his head is like slightly cocked to the side, and maybe he's got like shoulder length like black hair, and it's like billowing in the wind a little bit. Oh
yeah, good. Yeah, bloody billowing.
The difference is, Smiggles, my billowing comes from the power of God.
I don't bloody care. So I think Smiggles is maybe uses his cane to kind of hold him back a bit, and he's just like, careful. There's something very wrong about this whole part of the forest. And I think he maybe wants to just watch this guy for sort of another 30 seconds or so. Like, is he moving at all, or does he seem like paralyzed or something?
Maybe you see him like sort of shifting his weight a little bit, like just wavering slightly, but mostly just kind of standing there. His whole body, his entire person is billowing.
I very nearly took one of the billowing cloaks for Smiggles as well.
He may also be troubled like the Baron, so perhaps we should soothe his spirit if we can.
Maybe he turns around when you say that. Were you guys trying to be quiet?
Not particularly.
Yeah, I was going to say, not really.
Maybe when you say that, he turns around like real slowly.
And Jinko also looks past with him as he was looking past beyond.
So what do we see when he turns? Is there anything unusual?
He just sort of lowers this like rake that he's holding, and you can see I guess maybe his head turns and then the rest of his body turns, and he sort of begins walking over to you, just kind of holding this rake next to him. And you can see he's just got these really sunken looking eyes, but otherwise nothing in particular. He was just like a little bit kind of stooped, and he sort of comes up to you. Oh, who are you? What do you want?
Smiggles, from sort of the safety of behind the others, peers around and kind of calls out, Are you Voldemort or Voldemar or whatever the hell it was?
Okay, be respectful, Smiggles. The Baron sent us to
What's your name?
Oh, yes, I am Voldemar. But I'm asking the questions here. I think. Who are you?
We've been sent from the Baron to place the ashes of his Elenore in the mausoleum.
Oh, the mausoleum, you say? Well, no. You'd best go far away from here before something bad happens, yes. Leave this place. No.
Can I do like an inside check or something? Is there something wrong with him, or is this just his personality?
Yeah, give me an inside check. There is something a little bit strange about him. His eyes are a bit kind of glassy or something. Maybe like after he talks, his mouth kind of like hangs open a bit, like he's sort of just kind of standing there almost a bit like gormlessly.
This is clearly a man who's succumbed to something, but I don't know what. But let's just ask our questions and be on our way with this man.
I think Smiggle asks him, what's so bad about the tower? Why doesn't he want us to go there?
The what?
The mausoleum.
Who are you?
We have been sent by Baron Rennet. We've covered this. We've got the ashes. We've got to find you, find the tower, deliver the ashes, get paid.
Oh, I see. Well, okay then. Best be on your way, I suppose.
Well, this is a bloody waste of time, and I think Smiggles just starts taking off down the track again.
Do you have like a key or something that we need? Or is it just kind of
a key? No, I don't have a key. A key to what?
I don't know, the mausoleum. It could be locked up for all we know.
The mausoleum? Oh, you'd best not go to the mausoleum. No. Something bad will happen to you if you go there.
Oh, I've had enough of this. I think Smiggles just walks up and just gives him a bit of a prod with his staff just to figure out, like, is this guy even real? Like, what is going on here?
He's like, oh, why did you do that?
Get out of the way. We need to get on to the tower. You're only holding us up.
He kind of just, as you're like saying that to him, his eyes kind of, he almost looks like he's just sort of not seeing you, looking like through you, and his mouth kind of like hangs open again. Like,
I just do a bit of a prayer for him as we leave.
As you're going, he's like, are you going? Excuse me, are you going to the mausoleum?
Yes, we already told you that.
You did?
Okay, let me have a look at you. And I go up to him. And I'm like, I like do a bit of light magic in his eyes. I'm gonna do a medicine check.
Yeah, okay, give me a medicine check.
Oh.
This guy might be lost for all I know. He's just done.
As you're shining this light in his eyes, he just kind of stares blankly and his mouth opens again. But you're much closer to him and you've got this light in his face, and so you can see that his like, it seems like there's something strange about his tongue. His tongue is like kind of blackened.
Oh dear, you don't brush your teeth, do you?
He just continues to sort of stand there staring with his mouth open.
Does it look like it's from sickness or from eating something? Can I?
Seems like he might be under some disease of some sort. That would just be my guess.
So Smiggles has got a healer's kit. Does that give me any advantage on medicine?
Yeah. If you, how do you want to actually
Well, I guess kind of herbs is his thing, so he's kind of interested to see if this is an affliction that's been caused by consuming something. So whether he's
But just from like a glance at his tongue?
Yeah. He's not gonna. I mean, the priest is there doing his thing, so I think he's maybe just peering up as the priest is doing his checks. He's just having a bit of a look over his shoulder, maybe under his shoulder.
Because we've already done a medicine check. Let me see. Okay, seeing as you're proficient in medicine, you can give me a check. We'll see if you notice
Just
anything.
Medicine check.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
This doesn't remind you of any sickness that you've seen. But seeing as you're good with herbs and things as well.
So one of the things I can do is identify plants, I think. I don't know if that counts, but
Maybe there is something about this that reminds you of like some kind of herb, some sort of like plant matter, maybe like a fungal thing. You can't quite place it, but it reminds you of like some sort of fungus.
do I get the impression it would be potentially infectious?
You're not sure. You aren't 100% sure what it is. It just kind of gives you that feeling.
I think erring on the side of caution, he whacks Father Joris's hand with his staff and says, "Don't touch him! Don't touch him!"
All right, I get the point. He's probably infectious.
Hey, Father Joris, would you happen to have any of that sacramental wine there? He might have a swing of some of that special mix you have.
Well, I mainly brought a bit of oil and holy water, but
Maybe a little sprinkle of
give me
of holy water there.
I'll do a bit of a
Goes to holy
sprinkle.
water.
He sort of just like closes his mouth and goes like, "Why did you do that?"
Sorry, I was just making sure you weren't under any sort of demonic influence.
What else is around him? You said was he just kind of standing on the path?
He was just sort of standing in the middle of the cemetery. Now he's like come over to this like archway and you're just sort of having the conversation there. You can see this like cottage behind, which seems like it's probably where he lives. But there's nothing else in particular other than gravestones and...
Okay, so I don't see any kind of mushroom fungal things anywhere.
No. Nothing in particular. Well, there are a lot of flowers and things. But yeah, nothing in particular.
How far away is the cottage? Can we walk over and have a quick look at the cottage?
Yeah, it's pretty close. You can go over and have a look.
Well, maybe while the others are talking to this guy, Smiggles just kind of wanders over there and has a bit of a peer through the window. What does he see?
Okay, you just see in there. It's pretty dark in there, pretty smudgy window, but it looks like it looks very messy in there, very unkempt, it looks like this old guy is just sort of living like an animal in there. There's just like clothing and stuff strewn everywhere, pieces of food rotting, and bones and things.
Is the door or a window open at all?
Yeah, maybe the front door is just like hanging open.
Okay. You said it was a bit dark. Can Smiggles just cast light on just a little rock or a pebble or something and just piff it into the building so you can see a bit better?
Maybe when you do that though, this Voldemar sort of turns around. What are you doing there?
What? No, nothing. Thought I saw a squirrel.
That's not the mausoleum. No. If you want to go to the mausoleum, it's that way. He like points down the path towards the forest.
Does that reflect what we know on the map?
Yes. And you can kind of see that spire poking out of the treetops.
Yes, don't bother this sick man, Smiggles. I'll inform the doctors when we return of this illness.
Voldemort,
Can we try it? Sorry, you go.
Sorry. Mortimer, what awaits us at the mausoleum there? Any surprises?
Surprises? No, just a mausoleum. You should go. Yes, you should go. Go quickly.
Can we try some kind of healing on this guy to see if we can break whatever it is? Does it seem like a spell? Is that something I can check?
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check.
Yeah. Can I
Also,
do that?
you don't see anything more inside of his house when you throw the pebble in, just more of the same. It's just really messy in there.
But would you say it looks like it is not being lived in by a functioning human being?
Yeah, not by a semi-functioning human.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
The best I can do for this kind of condition is I could do protection from evil and good, and that would protect against like the charming or frightened from it. But it depends. I could do something for him, but perhaps we should save our magics for what could await us there.
I mean, he doesn't seem hostile, so I don't think we don't want to waste anything.
Oh, he's not an immediate threat, so let's just leave him be and we'll inform the doctor.
Well, can I do a quick Arcana check and just see if this seems like a magical affliction?
Yep. You can see if you've read anything or seen anything that reminds you of this.
22.
You feel like because he is kind of forgetful and staring off, and he has this like black tongue that like makes you think of like something's, you know, there's definitely something up with him. You don't know what it is. Is it magic? It seems like he's not himself. Maybe he's been hypnotized. There's something weird about him. But you can't think of a spell, a specific spell exactly that you know of that would have this effect.
Come on, Smiggles.
What's that, sorry?
I said, come on, Smiggles, we should move along now.
Alright, yeah, if we're moving, Smiggles is happy to move.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
On the way out, Smiggle gives him a bit of a whack on the shin and just says, "You need to hire a better cleaner." And just waddles off.
I am the cleaner. All right, you can head down the path in the forest, into the forest, and the path to the mausoleum cuts through this very vibrant kind of flowery area behind the cemetery and into this forest, and the forest gets quite dense as you walk towards where you know the mausoleum to be. And as you enter here, it's also like quite a beautiful forest. You can hear like birds of paradise singing in the trees, and you begin to see, in particular, Smiggles, you notice some fungi growing around. You didn't see it in the cemetery, but as you kind of come into the forest and you're still feeling this negative feeling, you begin to see this strange looking fungi. It's like this like purplish black looking mushrooms and things kind of blooming. The further you get into the forest, the more of these you see. And who has the highest passive perception among you? Let me see.
I have +3.
I have
Jenko,
+4.
I think. Jenko.
Oh, where's passive?
On your sheet, it is to the right of the modifier. So like the 14.
Okay, yeah.
Smiggles. So Jenko is very perceptive. As you're walking along, and like Smiggles is kind of like paying attention to these mushrooms, Suddenly, you notice, Jenko, that these birds of paradise seem to cease to sing. The forest goes like quiet as you're walking through here.
Definitely going to be on guard as well as we're walking through, and just point out that detail to his to the rest of the party if they haven't noticed.
Yeah, and I think
The change in environment.
Smiggle kind of is like, yes, and this fungus is very strange. Can I actually identify it? Do I know what it is? I have a thing that I can identify.
This fungus,
plants.
I'm gonna say, yeah, because you are a like a herbalist.
I can identify a plant on a DC of 10.
Any plant?
It just says identify a plant. I don't know.
Where is it?
That's actually a crazy RP ability.
It's the herbalism kit.
That's where you get proficiency.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
You get to use it, yeah.
That is definitely a that's definitely something that I'm going to homebrew in the 2024 rules. is the recommended DCs. And
I'm happy for you to set another DC.
Yeah, you can obviously just change the difficulty.
yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I mean, in the beginning of the book, it does kind of say that the GM can. It sort of very vaguely says that, but then it has all these recommended DCs throughout, and I feel like it gives the impression that. So I feel like I've got to say that in case people feel that is the DC that they should have. But I'm going to say
for example, for lock picking, it just says on Thieves Tools, pick a lock 15, disarm 15.
Yeah, I mean, I like, what if it's a really hard lock? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weirdly worded. Anyway,
So I'm happy to roll on whatever DC.
Could you recognize this? All right. Yeah. Give
Or
me.
even do I recognize that I don't know this?
No, give me a nature check.
Nature.
And let me see. You're proficient in nature. You can add your proficiency because of the kit.
How do I do that?
When you click on
put
nature,
it-
you can add like 2 to the situational bonus.
Plus 2. $17.
17. All right, I'm gonna say that you think that you've seen or read about something like this before. You think that these mushrooms are kind of infected or something like that. You think that when you see this type of growth, that it may be associated with some sort of infection that can lead. You've read about like mushrooms that are said to sort of come alive and like uproot themselves from the ground and like attack people who travel through the forest. And maybe just as you're realizing that, well, do you say anything to anyone?
I think I'm sort of in the process of telling them to not touch them, keep away.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch these mushrooms, is what he said.
Yeah, and so I'll say also, just as you're saying that, Jenko, you're like kind of looking into the trees because you've like noticed that these birds have stopped singing, and you actually see some of the birds, maybe one of them in particular, but you also notice there's like a few other birds kind of like on branches like further away that just seem to be like sitting there, just silently watching you, and the one that's nearby kind of has its like beak hanging open a little bit. Just, it almost like reminds you of the groundskeeper. Maybe you can see it has this like black tongue coming out of its beak.
Seems like a terrible darkness lies at the heart of this land.
Yes, I think they've been drinking from the same well.
Just as you say that, you hear this rustling just beyond the trees behind you on the path. Well, just behind you, where you've come from along the path. You hear this rustling in the trees, and this kind of sound of like leaves and roots and some kind of movement in the undergrowth. And you sort of look over, and sure enough, you see that in these kind of patches of like purple like fungi, like one of these patches is kind of shifting and shaking, and you do in fact see a large like purplish mushroom kind of pull itself out of the ground just between a couple of trees and begin sort of like kind of crawling along the ground with these like long tentacle like roots in your direction. So I'll take us over to a map.
I identify it with a DC 10.
Wow, it's bad.
Is it billowing?
Maybe some of its roots are kind of like flowing behind it. Alright. And you've got a familiar as well.
Not sure he's much use in a fight.
So maybe if you want to organize yourselves in wherever you'd like within like this area, if you can see that.
Oh, yep.
Well, I'm assuming these are the little mushrooms, so I'm checking them out.
The mushrooms. Well,
is that
you
what these
don't.
little purple things are?
No, you won't really have time to position yourselves after seeing the mushrooms. They kind of begin to. There's two of them, and they begin coming towards you.
No, sorry, I mean the smaller mushrooms. That's what he was. He was checking those out, so I would be somewhere near those.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, this just sort of purple, like fungal growth.
He's probably here.
Were we heading up the page?
Yeah.
Is that the general? I guess I would have been about there, I'd say.
The mausoleum is north up the page.
I would have been about like that.
All right. So, one of these mushrooms kind of emerges, as I said, and kind of comes wriggling up in this direction.
The hell is
And
that?
you can also kind of hear something, maybe coming from. Yeah, what did I say? I said like this purple patch was sort of wriggling and stuff. So maybe this one is going to be here. Let's roll. To roll for initiative, just go to the top right-hand corner and click on the combat encounters icon, which is the two crossed swords. And I've got a module working which kind of splits that column into the chat and the tracker. But you can also right-click on the swords to like open the combat tracker separately, and then you can move it around.
Oh no! What did I get?
And I usually would do the owl on its own initiative as well, if you just want to roll that.
Okay. How do I do here? There. Albert is his name.
Albert.
Do familiars get anything new in the new rules?
Can he? I don't. Can he even
Is
fight?
there one? Can he fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Familiars,
can.
I don't think can attack.
Say again?
I don't think familiars can
I
attack.
don't think they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's same rules as before, they can lend the help action. So they can
Okay.
yeah, they
He
can.
can like swoop in and distract them or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Jenko Jenkins. What do you do?
Okay,
Oh,
can
yeah.
ready for the cream to rise to the top. Ken, I'm not sure if there's an object interaction or an action. I'm happy to take an action. Can he grab a spare singlet top from his pack and wrap it around his face? Not
If
his
it's-
eyes, just a mask.
If you're gonna need to take it out of your backpack, then I'd say it's probably an action.
Yes, they'll be neatly folded in his backpack.
Yeah, that'll take an action.
Yeah, that's fine. And he would like to, like right across his face, his like nose, his mouth area, and tie it around.
Okay, I'll say you can do that as like one action. You can just
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't just hear a muffle. Okay, boys, it's ready to rumble.
All right, Smiggles.
Well, Smiggles is going to get the hell away from them. Does friendly players in the way make a difference to like a normal ranged attack?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if it's a ranged attack, that it would give the target some cover.
Okay, so if I position there, am I clear to this bottom one?
Yeah, that should work.
And he just wants to use. How do I do this? So he's got True Strike, and he wants to use it on his little sling, and just sling a rock at this guy with True Strike on it.
All right.
I like that.
How do I just roll that? How do I do that? Do I just roll a sling attack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's got it attached. Yeah, I think it's on.
So you use your spellcasting ability for the attack and damage rolls.
Yeah, it's already added it, I think.
The weapon used in the spell's casting. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
so just hit the attack button.
Did it twice. 4. 13.
That hits.
And I just hit damage.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. So, like, what does this sling bullet look like? Is it kind of glowing or something?
Yeah, I guess so. Like he just pulls it out of a little pouch on his belt, loads it into this old sort of worn leather sling, and maybe just casts a little something on it, just a little click of his fingers as he's loading it in. And it just glows like a faint blue, and he just gives it a little. Maybe you hear his shoulder just cracking and creaking as he's swinging this little sling, and then he lets it go.
And what is he? He was carrying his staff before, I imagine. Is he dropping his staff or?
Oh yeah, how's that work? I don't know.
I mean, you can do a sling with one hand, but you got to also like get this like bullet out and put it in your. I can imagine maybe he was walking along with his sling, but I think you might have to do it something with your staff.
Nah, he was walking with the staff. So yeah, if he's got to drop it, then I guess he drops it.
Okay, yeah. So if you drop the staff, you pull out the sling, then you can do that. All right.
Cool.
Okay. 7. And what type of damage is it? Is it radiant?
I think I choose. It's either whatever True Strike does.
Normal or radiant?
Yeah. I'll try radiant.
Okay. This sling bullet just like flies through the air and just like maybe it like kind of like pierces the hat of this mushroom, just goes like into it, and you can just kind of see this like pulsating like glowing bullet in there kind of go out as this thing kind of like continues sort of kind of crawling towards you. Albert.
I don't know, is there any point in him going forward now if no one else is... Does it give someone else a help action if he does?
Yeah, if he goes and like distracts the creature, then the next person that attacks that creature can have advantage.
Okay. I'll do that then. If he just goes there.
Alright.
Does he roll a help somehow?
No, he doesn't need to do anything, he can just like...
Okay.
like, but also he should have flyby, unless they've changed the owl. Yeah, he's got flyby. Actually, I think this is just... Oh yeah, this is a 2024 owl. So he can also fly away again without provoking an op attack from the creature.
Oh,
if he wants
Sweet.
to.
Cool. I think maybe he flies in and goes for whatever approximation of eyes this thing has, and goes to kind of claw at them. But it's more, he's so old, it's more just feathers falling out all over this thing and flapping everywhere.
All right. Okay, sweet. It is, I don't know if it has anything like eyes, but it's certainly aware of this owl, and it's kind of like trying to like lash out with these root tendrils. It is going to lash out at the owl. And it looks like it hits.
Oh, hang in there, Albert.
I think it's going to kill you. I think it's going to kill Albert.
Yeah, he's done.
He did 1 damage as well.
He just dissipates in a puff of feathers and like blue magic.
Oh, Albert! No!
Do we still
All
get
right.
the help action?
Yes, we can say that it's kind of off balance a little bit.
It's trying to brush feathers off.
Yeah. But it will, how fast does it move? Not very fast. It moves to here.
Oh,
And it is going to target Father Joris by kind of reaching out with another one of these tendrils. Gets you from quite a distance. Tries to get you from quite a distance, but fails. How do you
The
block?
light
How do you?
protects me.
Nice.
I raise my amulet and I shove it away.
Awesome. It kind of like withdraws a little bit. Okay. Father Joris.
And I go to strike it right back with a sacred flame if I can get a dex save.
All right. Dex save. Looks like it passes. No.
So, it doesn't pass.
Oh, because it's like -5. Nice.
wow.
This thing's slow as. And then, as I brush out away with that attack, I summon some light from the heavens, hitting it 4.
All
Bit
right.
of 3 damage. And I take a step back. Actually, I take a couple steps back.
And did it have some kind of effect on this thing? Hold on, what is that? Oh, that's just bloodied. Doesn't usually put that on there automatically. But
I
yes.
thought bloodied was half.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't see it.
This thing is, oh, you can't see that?
What am I looking for?
Can anyone see the like condition icon on the violet fungus?
I can see the
I
help
see the
icon.
help one.
Ah, interesting. That's very strange.
Perhaps
Well,
it's
this
for the
thing,
DM only.
If it's
Yeah.
blooded, yeah, it might just be for you unless you reveal it.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is. You would conclude that it's. You feel confident, especially Father Joris, that it has been severely wounded by this strike from the heavens. As it kind of almost is like flattened by this sacred radiant energy. Kind of spreads out a little bit on the ground.
It's now
But this
covered in smouldering feathers.
it like smells like burnt feathers and cooked mushrooms. This other fungus is going to kind of slide over and try to like spread out its tendrils and wrap them up Jenko's leg. And it hits. I guess as it wraps these tendrils around your leg, it's just got these kind of like fine hairs that sort of pierce your flesh and kind of inject you with this like this toxin of some sort, which just gives you a bit of a rash, I guess. A necrotic, one necrotic rash, but it's
It's
gonna
a rip in the singlet.
Yeah.
it's gonna follow up with a second rip if possible. No, it fails. Okay. Before your turn, let me see what happens.
Uh-oh.
There's something. Hold on. All right. You hear more of this uprooting as 3 more of these purple mushrooms come out of the trees from behind and begin moving in your direction. And I'll say also at this point, Father Joris, especially from where you're standing, and maybe also your connection to the divine, your attention is drawn to the path as you see something over here, which looks like some sort of cloudy, kind of foggy mass that sort of drifts around in a circle and kind of coalesces into the shape of what appears to be like a humanoid of some kind. Almost, it looks like a woman in a long dress, and you think you can hear her like whisper to you, like, "Come this way." She appears to like beckon for you to like head towards her up the path.
There's a spirit ahead. We must follow the path.
Jenko, what do you do?
As this this mushroom sort of like irritates his leg. It's like, oh, there, it's the boy, brother. And then he'll just like lay the boot into him like a drop kick, and then followed with a punch.
All right. Nice. That hits.
Cool.
All right. 5 bludgeoning.
And then followed with maybe like a two-handed double fist slam. Yeah.
Try to squish it.
Right in the cap.
13 hits. All right, another 8. It's struggling. There's like purple, blackish goo that's just kind of come out of this thing. And it's all over the ground, but it's still like writhing and moving. And some of these tendrils are still kind of like tightening around your leg. Smiggles.
I think Smiggles kind of says, well, I don't know about following spirits, but we can't go bloody back this way, can we? And I think he's going to move further. How am I moving? That's 6? No. We'll go there. Now, if I take another... Oh, hang on. I need to pick up the staff too, don't I? What is that to pick
you
it
could
up?
just as an object interaction as you go.
Okay.
That's fine.
So if he has another shot with the sling, can I do anything like with the bonus action then in terms of the spirit? Can I do like a perception check or something to see if I can see anything? Or... What I'm thinking is, he's been around for 110 years. He probably knows the Baron. He probably knew the Baron's father.
That's true.
Does this spirit look like, what's her name, Elenore, the wife, or a family relation?
I'll say that you can just recognize, because you also saw the portrait of Elenore on the Baron's bedside table. You do think that this is Elenore, the spirit of Elenore. But if you've used your object interaction to pick up your staff, well, if you're still just holding the sling, yeah, you can just drop the staff again and shoot another sling bullet.
Okay.
You can do that.
Right, I'll do that then. I'll shoot a sling bullet at the one next to Jenko.
Although, are there like now rules in the 2024 book that say that you can actually like change weapons between?
Why did that roll twice? Did anyone see that?
Did you do? Oh, you rolled with with advantage.
Did I? I didn't mean to.
That's all right. But I guess you would have gotten the 1.
Yeah, I would have gotten the 1. It was a 1 first, so.
I know there are some rules like you can holster once and you can draw once.
Yeah, I
think you can now draw on them as part of a movement action, but I don't know if that would include picking up.
Or you can draw as part of your attack, or is it as part of your movement? If no one knows, we'll say. I don't know. We'll do something. This is the problem with me trying to learn off the players when the players also don't really know.
Well, it's new after all.
Yeah. I just thought maybe I could get away with not learning it properly if I just play. Just like sort of crash into the new rules and work them out as I go.
It's the best way to learn.
Yeah. All right.
I'll look it up as we figure it out.
All right, thanks, man. Yes, but unfortunately that true strike sling bullet just maybe it's just been like squashed by Jenko, and as a result, it's like a little bit more like lower to the ground than you expect, and you just kind of this bullet just like goes like skittering along the ground. All right. What in the world? This combat tracker is doing something I've never seen before. Interesting. I haven't even upgraded Foundry. I don't know why it would. Anyway. Okay, this thing is going to dash all the way to here. Wait, can we even do that? Yeah. Alright, this one is going to quickly, very rapidly crawl along the ground all the way to there. Oh wait, sorry, it is, before I move on from it, it's going to attack. Actually, it's going to attack Jenko, because it can reach him from there with this rotting touch. Ooh, looks like it hits again. On a 16. Uh, 9 necrotic damage. And it's gonna try to get you a second time, but that one misses. Okay, this one no longer have the help action on it. It's going to begin slithering forward, and it's going to attack you as well. Jenko, you're in a bit of a sticky situation.
Bit of a pickle.
Okay, that misses. Hopefully this misses as well. Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to use my staff and cast Healing Word on you, Jenko. You receive 6 health, and I say, it's time to back away, Jenko.
Oh, thanks very much, Father. I can feel the energy, that divine energy moving through my veins.
And then I just hit one of the, let's say, he's pointer. I attack that one with a Sacred Flame.
Which one was it?
The one I'm pointing to.
You can ping if you hold down the left click. I'm not sure if... Yeah, okay, sweet. Alright. Dex save. Terrible dex. Alright.
I should have just rolled damage, to be honest.
Yeah. Is that gonna do it? It's not quite dead. Still writhing, and you almost hear it like kind of squeal. Its flesh is like squealing as it's being like burnt.
That's it for me.
Okay. This one down here is going to move to here. Alright. This one's going to... Well, it's already wrapped around Jenko's legs. It's going to kind of move over here a little bit and try to get you with another rotting touch. It's also going to extend these tendrils out towards Smiggles and try to get you as well.
Oh, not little Smiggles. He doesn't have many hit points.
Okay, before your turn, Jenko. Oh, that's good. Okay. Another one of these fungi emerges here. Kind of comes out from these trees. Okay, Jenko.
Okay. I'm just having a quick read of one of these features because I want to use a focus point. You can take that.
Also, I found the rule, as a move, you can do an object interaction, and with your attack action, you can draw and stow a weapon.
So you can draw, attack, and stow, or it's just draw and attack, or...
You can interact with an object, you can draw and stow.
I think it's one or the other with draw stow.
Okay.
No, draw and stow.
Really? So you can, like, draw, attack, and then stow as one attack? Okay. Alright. Interesting.
Okay. So, what I like to do is, after my first attack, use one of my focus points as a monk, which is the Step of the Wind. So I'll like to...
You can teleport.
Yeah. It's different in 2024. I can actually both disengage and dash as actions, as bonus actions.
Oh, I was thinking of this Cloud's Jaunt.
Oh, I can do that as well. But that's when I really get a good run up.
My bad. I got it wrong. It's one or the other for draw and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sweet. Thanks for looking that up.
All good. I think it's pretty much the same.
What was the name of it though? Sorry, Junko?
Sorry, Step of the Wind is a focus point.
Step of the Wind. Okay.
Yeah. So first I'm just going to attack the one to my left.
Where is this Step of the Wind? Is it in your giant? It's in giant ancestry. Is it? No.
No, it's the monk feature. Monk focus.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
So then I can use a point, and then if I use a point, I can also disengage and dash as a bonus action.
All right. Sounds good. So you're going to attack
that. Yep, the one to my left first.
All right.
Get out the herd if I can.
17 hits.
Cool.
Yes. This one just kind of goes limp and these tendrils just like fall off your leg as you just like, how did you hit that one?
Oh, just like a one-step clothesline. Bang. To knock off its cap.
It just goes like flying back into the trees, like in this direction towards like Smiggles. And these tendrils just come off you.
And then use a focus point now. Just trying to work this out. I'll work out it's actually listed for you. Step of the Winds, usability, done. So that's automatically disengage.
Yep.
And then I guess I can still move then dash. Time to roll, brothers. More of them are coming. I can actually go quite far. And then actually with Step of the Wind as well, it's it doubles your jump distance.
Okay.
That's just for FYI, but I'm not jumping yet. Unless I need to over these.
Nah, you can just like step on them. They just kind of squish under your feet maybe.
He does those fast like steps between, like you would do between tires in an exercise, like military drill. Like,
Nice.
And end up about here somewhere.
Maybe as you run over here as well, like Eleanor's ghost sort of disappears. And you coming around the corner here as well, you can see this tower before you, constructed of white marble. It looks like it's around like 20 meters tall, and it's got this weathered roof inlaid with flaking gold leaf, and you can see this very heavy stone door at the base of it. Smiggles.
So Smiggles was prepping a magic missile, but then more appeared, and I think he is now going to follow the big man. Where do I go? There.
We must take the fight to the core. We cannot deal with these underlings.
What's the range on his thing?
What's he trying to use?
I was just seeing what the range on the sling is. Is it still in range? Where does it say?
Sling is. Oh yeah, it doesn't. Oh, I'm looking at True Strike.
It's 3120 in the gross American system.
Distance. Oh yeah, 3120. Sweet.
All right. Well, you might just have a shot at the
624.
closest one on the way out. So he's run into there, and he's just going to turn and piff another rock. Will that be at disadvantage at that range?
If you want to,
that's probably about 30.
which one are you targeting? This one down here. This one.
Yeah, this one. Yep.
What is it? That's that should be good.
Just normal. Okay.
Yep. That hits.
Got him. Four damage.
Oh, hold on, 30. So that would have been like 6. What was I thinking? I think I measured like 12 or something. I'm getting confused. That's all right. We can say that you kind of do it as you're going anyway. You could have like fired it before you
could
ran
have
up
done
there.
it mid-movement.
I could have done it first. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Damn it. 4. Yes, 4 kills it. It just gets hit by this glowing rock and kind of goes tumbling backwards into this other one. All right. They keep kind of coming towards you, slithering along the ground. Father Joris.
Right. I reckon I just keep moving, and then I just keep moving along there, and then let's say, "Are you all right?" And I go to use my healer's kit on you. Do you want to use your hit die, or I can also do some other stuff on you?
On me?
Yeah. Do you want to use one of your hit die to heal my healer's kit?
Smiggles is fine. I think he just bats your hand away and he's like, "Don't touch me."
All right.
Keep your bloody god magic kit.
No. This is medicine. I have a healer's kit.
Well, so do I.
All right. Look after yourself then. And
he hasn't been hit yet. So
then I'll just blast. Let's say this one with a sacred flame.
Sacred flame. All right.
Yes, may as well. Let's see.
Still not going to do it.
That's it's only 13. So it passes.
Oh
missed.
yeah, sorry. The 15 is the result. Of course. Yes, it passes.
Yeah, so the lights can't reach through the treetops. It's bad. And that's my turn.
Okay. This one will move to here. This one's gonna creep along to here. And at the top of the round, okay, 2 more of them come out of the trees. One here, and one of them just going to the east as well. It's going to come out from here. Okay, Jenko.
He's still gonna make his way towards the tower.
All right.
He's like, "Time to move, brothers." Okay, where am I gone? Oops.
As you run up here, Eleanor's ghost sort of appears before this big stone door and kind of like beckons for you to follow. And then she sort of turns. She's like wearing this torn masquerade gown. And she has this kind of long, billowing hair. And she turns and beckons for you to follow and then sort of like walks through the door.
Elenore. I can dash through there. I'll wait for my comrades to catch up, and we'll go. I'll let them know.
You can dash to the door, but the door is like closed. It's just this big stone door, big stone slab.
I'll just hold my
carved.
position.
All right, Smiggles.
I'm trying to decide how long are we going to have to hold them to get in this door. I might just have another shot with the sling at this closest one.
All right.
And then I'll leg it.
You are in reach of it as well. It's
does that
tendrils
incur
sort of
then?
reaching out towards you. So yeah, you feel like if you try to run away from it, there's a good chance it will kind of attempt to like grab you.
Yeah, okay. Does it do the same with a ranged attack?
What do you mean?
Does it get the opportunity attack on a range attack
Oh,
if I
no.
make a range attack?
No.
Okay. So it's only going to be one. It's going to hit me either way. So
I just say that because you can't disengage if you use your action to attack.
Oh, can't I? So I've got to. Okay. All right. I'll just run.
Unless you're like a monk who can do that.
Yeah, you might have a feature that says you can, but I don't think.
Certainly does not.
Little Smiggles.
We'll go to there.
He's not that guy.
So does that incurs the attack, does it?
Not if you disengaged.
Okay. All right. So that's an action to disengage?
Yeah.
Right. Got it.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yep.
And then it like. How is he disengaging?
I think he just gives it a shove with his staff as he backs away.
Nice.
Back off.
It sort of tries to like wrap its tendrils around his staff. You're able to like pull it out.
Yeah.
Okay. They're going to keep coming at you. This one is going to attack Father Joris.
It's fine, my sons. The light will protect me.
Oh. I don't know if maybe your faith is wavering. No. Oh,
I
shit.
take half damage from necrotic, so the light protects me.
Really?
I'm an Azimar.
Ah, okay. All right. Nice.
Is that half rounded up or down? That's
Down.
No, so, yeah.
So yeah, just 3 necrotic. All right. They're going to keep coming for you. Okay, what do you do?
Does this purple stuff look flammable at all?
Actually, it looks very moist. Probably not.
Okay. Because I have some oil, so I could do some shenanigans with that, but I think it might be better just to skedaddle for now, so I think we'll just disengage. Yes, we'll just move as far as I can here. And I'm like, can you see the door? And who looks wounded here?
You looking at your companions, you don't think either of them look like they're in serious trouble. Maybe Janko has like a bit of a sort of a black kind of rot up his leg, which doesn't look too bad.
Alright, I guess we can leave it till we're inside the mausoleum. So I'm just gonna put away my staff in a bit of a sling I have behind my back, and I'll just have a free hand there just in case I wanted to do any shenanigans with some oil.
All right. And you can kind of see behind you that these violet fungi are still crawling after you. But before your turn, Jenko, another two of these fungi appear. One of them appears here, and one of them appears over here.
These creatures are rather endless, aren't they?
Popping up like bloody mushrooms.
All right, Jenko.
Some mushroom soup to feed to that. Enemies. Okay, is that door just in the center of this tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just there.
He'll make his way to the door.
Okay.
Now, the door, you said it was closed. Is there any handles on it? Or is it how does the door appear? Can you pull it open?
It's a big stone door. Maybe it has like some kind of brass knob on it and some kind of like brass like framing around it, and it's got these like patterns of like flowers and vines all over it, and below the brass knob there is a big keyhole. And do you try to pull open the door?
Damn that key! Ask for the key!
Father, do you have that key that you asked for earlier?
No, but I wasn't always a priest. I could try and pick it open.
First, Jinko's going to see if it's actually unlocked. He's going to...
No, it's not unlocked.
Oh no!
Okay.
It's pretty heavy actually. It barely even budges.
Okay.
Is there a window nearby that we can see, even if it's higher up?
From where you are, you can see what looks like a single window on the second floor, but it is like barred up with wood. And this tower is, like this. It's old, pretty dilapidated looking, but it's still like smooth, like. And it looks like to get up to that second level window would be quite difficult. Maybe not impossible if you fancy yourself a bit of a climber, but it looks like it would be hard.
I was just wondering more if it was an open window, if it was.
Yeah, no, not open. It's boarded up.
Yeah, I was wondering if Janko could throw a halfling through it.
Ooh, give me the challenge, brother. Jinko does have a grappling hook as well.
Oh, nice.
And right. Okay.
Well, actually, before your turn, do you want to just take a 5-minute break here? Just because I only need to use the restroom. Is everyone okay with that? Actually, I don't really care if you are, because I gotta go. So. All right.
Yeah, go.
I'll see you in 5 minutes. And now we return to Janko struggling with the door handle.
So when Elenore went through the door, was the door open?
No, she's a ghost. She just walked through the
okay.
stone slab.
I can try and pick the door if you stay guard.
Sounds like a plan, Father. I got your back. And I will take one step out the way and hold the attack action, a drop kick, in case any of those mushrooms come past.
Okay. Smiggles.
Man, I'm looking. I don't know if Smiggles has got anything that can open a stone door. So.
You can also see these vines and roots and things kind of creeping towards you. Actually, you know what? Because you're at an angle, I don't think you... No, you're okay. You feel like you can break away from here. These fungi here, I thought they were in range of you because they have reach, but actually because they're at an angle, you're more like 4 meters away from them. So you're fine.
I don't know whether to hit them with something. I think I'm just gonna...
What the...
I think he's just gonna have another crack with his sling and move back. Because they're quite slow.
I'm confusing myself. With
sorry, I'm going for this one.
Alright. 10 hits.
Oof. Yeah.
7.
Have some of that, and then he's gonna move.
You see this like puff of spores kind of come out of it when you hit it.
think that's it.
All right. I think it could have actually hit you. This thing's like measuring weird, but we'll say it's fine because I said it was fine. All right. Father Joris, you can see these mushrooms closing in. Oh, this one is actually going to come at you.
All right. It's all right. The light protects me.
He just like says that every time. So that's only like a 1.
See, the light has protected me.
The light protected you. But it's going to try to reach out with more tendrils. That one misses.
I cannot lay its hands on me.
Okay. These ones. All right, Father Joris.
I'm just gonna take the opportunity attack and move out of the way.
Okay. Misses.
All right, let me have a good look at that lock. Pull out my thieves' tools from my sordid past. Let's see. Let's have a look here.
You
Nice.
reach into your sordid past.
Father, make sure to shine your light through that lock.
I will just say
Protects
now, maybe now that we're at this point, that usually you during initiative you can only talk on your turn.
All right.
Now that it's crucial. You failed to pick the lock.
Damn. Gonna need you to help hold him off for one more turn, hopefully. It's a turn of the wheel. Of the time.
Nice. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many mushrooms. Okay. Oh, Jenko, it's your turn. At the top of the turn of the wheel. After a moment has gone by, after 6 seconds have gone by. Oh, it's another 2. Okay, these ones. Let me do this randomly. Okay, that's good. That's south. I'm gonna say this one comes out here. And okay, this one's gonna come from over here.
Okay.
Alright. Unless they roll before you, which I don't think they will. Go for it.
No problem. I'm just looking at a feature.
Should we come back to you?
So it's all good. I was just in that tavern brawler feat that I can actually shove someone away 5 feet. I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 10 feet away.
Okay.
So I'll just move into this position there.
Alright.
And when you roll damage for your unarmed strikes. Okay, so first of all, I want to.
Because you should be able to just do that as part of as a grapple anyway. Oh, it's just essentially a shove. I don't know if it's different for the brawler, tavern brawler.
Yeah, I think you force them 5 feet. There's no roll against moving. With the tavern brawler.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so my first, I'll just attack it first with just a forearm strike to the cap.
Ooh, that hits. Right in the cap. Okay.
And then with the bonus, with the unarmed strike as a bonus action, he will shove that cap 5 feet away.
Okay. And so it just happens.
That just happens, yeah, as a brawler feat.
Alright, nice.
It
kind of leaves this trail of purplish, blackish goo on these tiles as you push it away. But it does still have these roots kind of dragging behind it that are nearly able to reach you.
In turn.
Smiggles.
I think Smiggles is going to try and... It doesn't do much damage though. I think I might try a magic missile so I can hit 3 of them.
Okay.
Do I just roll? I don't roll for that, do I? It's just a hit. How does that work?
Just hits automatically.
All right, I'll do that one, and that one. Just spread the shots. What do I do? Click the spell slot.
You can either just
cast.
or just roll 1d4 plus 1.
Ugh, gross.
Alright. Ugh.
A mighty 2 damage.
Alright, 2 damage each. As they get hit by these blue pulses that kind of fly through the air towards them out of your staff. Do they come out of your staff?
Yeah.
Kind of blow each of them back a little bit, but not that, you know. They kind
I think he's
bounce one at a time.
Similar to his true strike, he's kind of clicking his fingers at the end of the staff to try and light it up, and he's going, "Go, bloody thing, get going!" And then it starts, and he fires these little missiles off.
Nice. It's like an old bomb of a staff.
Does your staff have performance issues?
Yes, well, bloody divine magic's cheating, isn't it? And then he just, he might just shift to here, just to keep out of range a bit.
Alright.
I think that's it. Is there anything else I can do with a bonus action?
Only if you have something that says that you can, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can take a potion. You can take a potion. No, not the help action.
I don't know that.
Unless it's changed.
I don't think there's any new free bonus actions.
Can you do checks with them?
There are a couple like adventuring gears that let you use your bonus action.
Depending on what sort of check you want to do, though.
To try and determine the type of this creature. Like, do I know if it is elemental, fey, fiend, or undead?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a check for that. You can give me a free check.
What do I roll?
A nature check.
Nature? $13.
And what are you trying to determine? Sorry, is it elemental, fey?
Hang on.
Or you just if you're just sort of trying to identify it in a broad sense, do you have like a feature or something?
No, it's just I'm just trying to figure out. I've got protection from good or evil. I'm just trying to see if that's worth chucking on Jenko, but it only works against certain types. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead.
You're pretty sure this is some kind of plant.
Okay.
Some sort of living plant. Well, every plant's living, but...
Oh yeah, well that's DC 10 for me, so yeah, I know that. Okay, yeah, that's me.
Alright. Joris.
Hey, if these things were undead, I could just hold up my symbol and they'd all fly away, but... Okay, let's see. Come on, let's give it another go. Let's see. Is there any extra sauce I can put on this? I can't get like a help action from an owl because he's dead. Let's.
Not unless I've got 10 minutes to resummon him.
I don't think you do.
If anyone has sleight of hand, I could say that maybe you might be able to call them over.
I think I might be the only one with sleight of hand.
Oh, you never know, brother. Hey, look at these fingers right here. If you say that out loud.
All right. I guess I'll have to be the one to do it. Oh, okay. Let me just do the actual check. Yeah.
18 does it. You are able to pick this lock. You kind of wriggle around in there for a little while.
Okay, and then I'm like, all right, everybody get in. And then I go in to like behind the doors to close it when everybody gets in.
Yeah, I think we've now got to take a round of hits before we get in though.
Did you do that whole open it the wrong way? It's actually, no, it's not a push, it's a pull.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, before I go in, and Jenko, have you taken a bunch of damage?
Nobody can answer you though until their turn.
Yeah, let's just do some healing. I'm sure.
You don't see. It doesn't look to you like there's been any serious damage though.
All right. It doesn't need to be serious damage. Okay, it's not a whole. Oh, actually, I can re-roll that because I have the healer feat. I can re-roll once.
Ah, okay.
So I guess I can re-roll both of them. That's
The
slash.
healer feat.
It's one of the origin feats. Does it let you re-roll more than once per turn, or is it just the one?
Whenever you roll a die to determine the number of hit points you restore with a spell, with this, you can re-roll the die if it rolls a 1, and you must use the new roll. So just, I guess you can do it as many times as you want if it rolls a 1.
Oh, all right, that's pretty good.
Oh, wait, do you mean because... So the spell, you're rolling 2 1s.
Yes.
So you're rolling each one.
So I roll each die again.
What does it say? Hold on. You can re-roll the die if it rolls. Whenever you roll a die to determine the number of hit points.
So I guess.
Seems like it. Yeah, it seems like it.
So I guess I can roll because I got a 3 on one of those and a 1 on another one of those. So I guess I roll the d4 again.
I'm confused. So you got like 2 1s. So you can like roll like both of the d4s again, I think.
Oh, hang on. You must use the new roll. So it's just. So I think it's only 1. And it's one
I see what
die.
you're saying. So now with this new one, you can also. Fuck. Is it really like that?
Hang on. No. It says you must use the new roll, but I assume because I roll multiple. If I roll multiple ones, then I can't use a new roll of one of them. So it would just be a full re-roll of that. Okay.
I'm so confused, but it's pretty like it conflicts, right? Like if you get a roll, you can re-roll, but you have to use the new one.
The problem is when you use multiple die, because if you get multiple ones, do you re-roll all the ones? Or
okay, I'm just going to say
ones?
for now, because it seems confusing, that the one re-roll of the healing word is all you can do.
I think it's just the one. So that's 7 healing.
7 healing
to Janko.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I can feel that light shining through my veins, bro.
All right, and then I get in and I get ready to close the door when everybody gets in.
All right. It's funny because he only needed 4 healing.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's just a bit of a recharge.
All right. This one's going to come creeping towards the door. And this one's going to attack. Good thing you got that recharge. This is going to try to rot you. Ooh. I think that's like the 3rd time it's like just gotten you on a 16. Yeah. So 3 necrotic, and then a follow-up. Lick at your legs. That one misses. Okay.
Gonna need some ointment for these legs.
It's all right. We'll give you some ointment when you get inside.
This one's going to come up here and attack Smiggles. Ooh.
Oh, that's going to do it.
Well, you're really going to need that ointment.
Oh, was that
12 necrotic.
Damage?
Yeah.
Smiggles is down.
Fuck.
Do I just drop that?
All right, Jenko. You see this thing kind of just wrap these like tendrils up underneath Smiggles' robe. And you just see Smiggles like collapse in a heap on the ground. Okay, what do you do?
Jaco reaches to, looks up to the sky and goes, Father! Smiggles is down! And he is going to... Actually... I might take the up attack off that one.
Okay, it'll be... Okay.
Both, yeah. Is that... Can I move in that spot there?
Yes.
That reach line of the roof?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
This one hits you. I'm only going to do 1 because the module does say 4 and above. We'll just say this one's the only one that attacks you. Just 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 3. 4. Yeah, the module says like 4 to 6 players. So the
3
other
necrotic.
one, the other one is not. I don't know. It's distracted. So yeah, 2 necrotic.
2 necrotic. Okay. I want to drag Smiggles. I guess I can pick him up. Smiggles!
He's only small.
And I do when it comes to carrying strength, I am the next size up, being a Goliath.
Yeah, I mean, you're still essentially kind of. I would usually treat this as a grapple, so you'd have to move at half speed.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you're picking him up entirely, though, which
Or drag him.
I
Whatever.
mean, just think of him, if he's down, he's basically an object at this point.
I mean, without going into like whether or not you can like lift him as well, I'm going to say because you're big, he's small, and you can probably pick him up. That will say you can. I don't know. How far do you move? What the fuck? You move 9 meters?
Okay,
I'll say it slows you down by a third. Then you can move 6.
He only
meters.
weighs 14 kilos, if that makes a difference.
Yeah, that's.
And Jenko is a monk, so he can move quick.
I'm going to say you can move 6 meters when you're carrying him.
Because a Goliath also has the extra movement speed, and the second level monk, you actually get an additional 10 feet. So my
Right.
standard movement is like 45 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But that's without dashing or step of the wind at all.
Hey, just bring him on in.
Yeah, and bring him inside.
All right. Okay, you can pull him inside, and Father Joris, I imagine you slam the door shut. Do you slam the door shut?
Skadoosh.
I don't think I can move him because he's down.
And if there's some sort of lock mechanism on the door, I try to re-lock it.
Okay. Is there a lock mechanism on the door? I'm going to determine that randomly. Okay, 60. There's a 60% chance. There's no lock mechanism on the door. It's like not like a deadlock anyway. So like the lock that you've picked is like not just going to lock by you. You'd need like a key to relock it. Okay.
All right.
I'll take us over to this map. Where are you? You're not here. Okay. So
If we're out of initiative, I'll stabilize Smiggles with my med kit, with my healer's kit.
yeah, I'll say we're out of initiative. You can maybe after a moment sort of hear this like banging on the door as you think these sort of root like tendrils are kind of like kind of slamming on the door.
All right, Jenko, just sit up against the door for the moment. While I tend to Smiggles here. And I'm going to use my Azamar feature, Healing Hands, on Smiggles. And I'll bring him up to a D4 plus my prof bonus. Yeah, it's being a bit buggy. Give me a sec.
But while you're kind of leaning on this door, Jenko, you can sort of look around this room. And Smiggles, you come to as well as you're healed.
I think he kind of stirs and he kind of wakes with a bit of a cough and he's like, oh, just 5 more minutes. And kind of rolls to the side.
He just thinks he's having a nap or something.
I mean, perhaps we wait till they stop banging on this door here, or perhaps I can try and close it, lock it back shut with my tools.
Yeah, I mean, the banging continues, and the door is kind of maybe shaking a little bit. I feel like if Jenko's leaning on it, like, it doesn't seem like it's any immediate threat. but maybe, after a couple of minutes, the banging sort of, there's more of it. Like these things sound like they're sort of piling up out there. But you have a moment to look around this room. You see the walls of the room are sort of carved with these, like, more of these vines and violets and floral patterns and things. You can see these stairs on the right leading upwards to the next level. And black vines, actual black vines, sort of like erupting from the ceiling on all sides, and kind of snaking down the walls and like plunging into the earth. And as you're taking this scene in, this room that just looks like it's been sort of just taken over by these big thick vines, you see another you see once again this like swirling kind of almost misty sort of ethereal fog in the center of the room. Actually, now that you've closed the door, now that I think about it, it would be dark in here. Is somebody giving off light?
Yeah, I think at the point it's clear that it's dark, I think Joris puts up a bit of a light cantrip on his staff and just, puts it up.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, you can light up the room with the light cantrip, and in that case, yes, you do see this, basically the spirit of Elenore Rennet materialize in the center of the room. And she kind of like hovers there in the center of this crumbling room, and almost kind of like reaches out to you and sort of opens her mouth, like she wants to speak.
I think Smiggles just looks at Father Joris and just goes, "Well, ghost, priest, this is your part. Off you go."
Does Father Joris do anything? Oh, you're on mute again.
I think Joris goes to, or says, "All right, Smiggles, I suppose I can do my part here." And I go and step towards the ghost.
She, as I mentioned, she's kind of dressed in this torn masquerade gown. Maybe you can almost see as you approach her what looks like blood kind of like staining this gown. She looks like she died in some sort of tragic accident of some kind. She says, "You have come. You have come."
Yes, we've come to lay your soul to rest, but do you know of these monsters that approach this mausoleum?
She says, "An evil ancestor of mine has brought corruption on this place. It must be annihilated so that I may be laid to rest."
All right. How can we do that? How can we lay you to rest and defeat this foul presence?
She kind of points over at the stairs. "Ascend. The source of the evil lurks upstairs in the tombs. It is not human, not natural."
I look back. Well, that seemed pretty obvious, but... All right, we will do what we can. Lead to this presence and put your soul to rest.
She says, "Beware, the fungi and black-tongued creatures are but a symptom of the corruption."
Yes, we will destroy this corruption and burn it so it may not return.
"I pray that you do." You can hear this like thudding on the door still. She's like, hurry! And she sort of dematerializes. This mist kind of spreads out a little bit on the ground and then kind of dissipates.
Alright. If you two will get out of the way, I suppose I can spread some oil near the front of the door and light it on fire. Perhaps that could scare them off. There's some sort of plant creature. Unless you two have some ideas.
What does the inside of the tower look flammable? That's perhaps a bad idea.
I mean, this looks like stone to me.
Well, the walls are covered in these like thick roots. I don't know.
Let's maybe hold off on the fire for now.
Alright, perhaps not the best idea.
Is there anything, can we see, I can only sort of see partway into the room. Is there anything else we can see that we could maybe, does this door swing inwards? Like is Jenko holding it closed?
Yeah, it swings inwards. But yeah, if you want to look around, just move your token where you would walk.
Can Jenko use his rope to...
Oh, you can't
move him.
Oh, hold on a second.
I can't seem to, yeah, I was wondering that as well.
Oh, my bad, hold on. Oh, why is that? Okay, hold on. It is... try now.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Maybe perhaps you stay sitting against the doors.
Yeah, I can do that. Can I use my rope to tie, just to fasten it? The door closed?
So there is like a big thick brass knob on this side, but what would you tie the knob to in order to fasten it?
Okay, that's okay.
Do you have like any pythons in your pack or something you can hammer in? I know that comes with some adventuring gear, like pythons you can hammer into like stone and stuff.
What is in the pack? Yes, I know what you're talking about, the explorer's pack or the...
Otherwise, I just go looking for something heavy to put up against the door.
Or a wedge that we can wedge it from our side, so
That's
you can't...
Yeah. I'm just going to cast the light cantrip as well, just on my staff, so I can have a bit of a look around.
Yeah, actually, yeah, if you're casting light, because Father Joris has light as well. Let me just see, how far does the light go?
20 feet, I think.
20 feet, so 4 meters.
4 meters.
And then dim light for another 20.
So this, I guess you've got a torch and it's just done the torch. That'll do. I'm sure like with a couple of light cantrips you can easily look around this room pretty easily. Easily looking around easily. You see over to your left a big, heavy, wooden table, desk of some kind. You see some chairs and a couple of pieces of furniture. Look like they've been here for a long time. Some big stones and rocks and things.
That'll do. Come help me with this table, Smooth.
Yep, strength is his jam.
Strength is also not my jam.
Get ready for the -1 modifier.
I also got that -1, so we can do it together.
Let me see. You're both doing it together. Yeah, just maybe both give me a roll. Just give me a group athletics check.
I'll do guidance on myself.
Okay.
The power of God with me. Okay, that's
This is a big table.
Yeah, how do you guys fail to move this table?
Spectacularly.
I think there's some like roots attached to it that we don't realize, so it's kind of like a bit more stuck than we thought.
I think they do I think Smiggles is like, ready, on 3, and then he goes.
All right, on 3, let's go.
And he's like, 1, 2, 3, lift. He's like, oh, you said on 3, and he kind of like kinks his back. He's like,
Joris trips over one of the roots. Oh, damn. As he falls backwards.
All right, yeah, so maybe this table like kind of has one of these roots like sort of wrapped around its leg. It looked like maybe it would take a fair bit of strength to dislodge it.
Okay, perhaps maybe we can just pry it with the chair or something, kind of wedge it.
What about these bits of stone or debris or whatever they are? Could we just pile a few of those up?
Yes. Why not both?
Yeah, there's probably some pretty like big pieces of rubble here.
We'll just roll it. That's probably the best we can do.
You just do what, sorry?
Roll it.
We'll just
Oh,
roll
roll
them.
it.
That's probably the best we can do.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'll say
hang
that
on,
you can like
hang on,
begin to
wait.
roll them.
How much can Mage Hand lift?
Not that much, but yeah.
Sure, it has a weight limit. 10 pounds. What's that? About 4.5 kilos.
It's not a whole lot.
Yeah. Whatever weighs that much is maybe not gonna like hold the door. You can roll a couple of these sort of stones and pieces of rubble over. You don't know if it's going to be enough. You feel like maybe the table really is going to be, or maybe the chairs, but you don't think these rocks are going to do it.
Or maybe...
Okay, how about we sit up next to the door and we let Jenko handle it?
Yeah, maybe Smiggles just Mage Hands. He's still sort of rubbing at his back, lower back, and he kind of Mage Hands a few of the rocks over and just sort of wedges them as best he can in the door.
I said to Jenko, I'll hold the door for the moment. Maybe you handle grabbing the table, Jenko.
Then these two mighty spellcasters will come and hold the door while Jenko has a crack at the table.
And I give Jenko guidance.
Okay. Jenko has something else in his toolkit.
Yeah, my pack only gives me like paper and a bit of holy water.
So can Jenko use his rope? He also has a block and tackle in his kit.
Okay.
So that increases it by 3-fold and makes it 3 times lighter. If I like strap it to the leg, strap it to the door and use it like a winch to pull it towards the door.
What does the block and tackle do?
I'll post it now. You can set up pulleys. So whenever you're moving, you make it at least, I think, you can
What do you
always start,
hook
4
the
times.
pulleys onto and everything?
If it's stuck on the leg, like a good, just to loosen it from that root as well. So instead of using it vertically, he's thinking more horizontal from the door. Or is that a tree? Or no, that's not a tree. Another anchor point in the middle of the room to the table.
There's not really an anchor point in the middle of the room.
We anchor it from the door handle to the table and then just kind of pulley it in,
I mean,
ratchet it in.
I'm
Is
sure
it-
you're
is it
plenty
that
strong
long?
enough, Jenko. Maybe just give it a tug with your strength.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just... Yeah, if you can find an anchor point. I don't know if it's going to reach all the way from the door.
It's 15 meters long, the rope.
Oh, okay. When you say from the door, like, what do you mean? You mean like it'll go like to the door and then to, like, I don't think I understand. Like, it's like a pulley, right? Like, maybe
Correct,
I'm not
and
like
you-
picturing like a pulley properly. Do you mean like you're gonna send it to the door somehow and then back to the table?
Correct, with the block and tackle in the center.
It's kind of like a ratchet strap then.
Yeah.
You just kind of tightening it in.
Okay. Wait, how long is it, did you say?
15 meters, the
Where
rope.
does it say that?
Consumables.
Oh,
hemp
do you
rope,
mean
15 meters.
the hemp rope? Okay, so
Oh, no,
add...
you use a combination of both, the block and tackle and the hemp rope.
I see what you're saying.
I have normal rope, and if hemp rope is weaker.
No, the hempen rope is fine. I guess I'm just like trying to picture this. Like, is it gonna actually? Because how far is that? I mean, it's like what 13 meters to the door from the table. So and also I don't know how it would like wrap around the door handle exactly. Like, cause it's just like a door knob.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more like a brass ring type
like
of
a loop
deal
or something. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
was.
That's okay.
Look, if none of this is working, we
I'm just gonna push it.
We can also just make a run for it.
What did you want to do, Jenko?
I'll start pushing the table.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
With guidance, is that a plus 1d4?
I think it
With
should be.
guidance, yeah.
I'm gonna send the mage hand over to help as well.
That's just for encouragement.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'll do it. You can dislodge the table. I was just giving it an 11. All right.
Well.
You're able to push the table out from this root, and then you can push it along the floor and put it in front of this door. And it's a pretty fucking heavy table, so it looks like it's going to hold the door for now at least.
Yep. Even maybe if we've got some of these chair legs, we can peg behind the table legs as well to stop it from moving.
Yeah, you can do that. It looks like pretty solid. Maybe it kind of shakes a little bit from time to time. I mean, these things aren't like super powerful or anything, but there's just like a bunch of them out there, and they're just kind of maybe throwing themselves at the door, just lashing it and stuff. So
I think that's the best we're gonna do with the tools we have. So let's just see if we can find this corruption and end it. Other than this, does there seem like there's anything remarkable in this room other than what seems to be a couple scraps of paper?
do you just look around?
It's still a bit of like an investigation, maybe.
Do you actually have like a cloth tied over your eyes at all times?
Yes, yes I do. It's thin enough for me to see through, but it's more of like a. But it's because under it he has the glowing eyes of an asm.
Okay, sweet. Sorry, did you just say you're just looking around, or are you gonna kind of poke around?
Well, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything important amongst this room here. Or
Give me a
basic
perception check.
As a herbalist, can Smiggles do a bit of an investigation of the black vines?
Yeah. Give me a nature check for that, and you can add your proficiency because of your kit.
And
I am proficient in investigation, if that's...
I think if you're looking at the vines, I'd probably...
Nature?
Yeah.
Alright.
Father Joris, you don't see anything particular interest, other than the few kind of pieces of crap in here. It just seems like a mostly empty room.
Jinko would actually like to have a look if there was any drawers in that desk.
Smiggles, you don't find. You're not sure. You don't know what these look very strange, very oversized roots. You can't identify them.
With an 8, I think he's pretty sure that they're part of the tower. They've always been here.
Jenko, you find in one of the drawers of this desk, as you pull it open, a large brass key.
I'm like,
the key, the damned key.
And then he'll lock the door but keep the desk there.
All right, sweet. It wasn't in there. I just made that up.
Okay. It's the spare key. You should have checked the mats. Maybe have a look under the mat next time.
Yeah. Okay, before we head up, who's wounded and needs a bit of healing?
Yeah, Smiggles could use a bit.
Alright, I'll just what's your I think with the med kit is just do you have the healer feed?
Yeah, so you could do that.
Yeah.
How does that
Wait,
work?
so how did Father Joris before cast a spell without using a spell slot?
It wasn't a spell, it's healing from Azim.
Oh, I see. So it's just a...
It's the
I think it's
Asmar
a
ability.
feature. Yep.
The other healing I've been doing is from my Inspelled Staff.
So, which thing is it? Healing Hands? No, that's not it.
Healing Hands is the Asmar ability that lets me touch someone and heal them. The Inspelled Staff lets me cast the spell in the staff
Oh, it's the Inspelled Staff. Okay. Oh, I
with
see.
several charges. It's a pretty powerful magic item for uncommon, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Alright. Cool.
And we're gonna need it if there's just 3 of us.
Yeah, yeah. Good thing you brought your Inspelled Staff.
Can I battle medic myself?
Yeah, I think you can use the healer kit on yourself. I'm also gonna do that.
Well, so the healer kit would just... Wait, does it do something different now?
It just lets you use if you have the healer feat, it lets you use one of your hit die to heal.
Oh,
Or
I
whoever
see.
you
So if
heal
you have the
As,
healer
as
feat.
an action, so you can heal people in combat. They can use one of the hit die.
Nice.
Where are hit die? How do I know that?
Your hit die are just on the left underneath
I see,
your
too.
portrait. And to use it, though...
I actually don't know how to use the hit dice.
Yeah, what you might need to do is go to the top right-hand corner of your sheet where there's that like knife and fork in that tent. Hit the knife and fork, and in there, if you just click roll, that should use one of your hit dice. Sweet.
Oh,
just-
perfect.
Just
Nailed it.
don't hit the next step
Next
or
step.
anything like that.
Yes.
Oh, how do I close the thing?
Okay, I'm back up to full.
Oh, I just hit like close in the dialogue.
doesn't
top
have a
right of
close.
The dialogue. Oh, really?
Jenko, do you need some med kitting?
Are you using
Jenko has a
Chrome, Rob?
Yep.
Oh. I can see a close. I don't know. Try escape. It might just close everything, but
Yeah, it did.
sweet. That'll do, I suppose.
I wonder if I could have done that by using the ability. Doesn't matter. Let's keep going.
Yes.
That's Jenko has a feature he's going to use later on to assist.
Yeah, I think I can just use the ability from the kit.
Alright, well, if you don't need healing, we'll continue on.
Alright, if you want to go up the stairs, just go up the stairs.
Yes. Josh goes first, and as he waits for his crew to come by.
I think, well, we've both got lights. I think Sniggers will go last.
Yes. Oh, it actually transitioned.
It's pretty strange that you can see, it looks like you can see through that wall somehow. Can you see to the northwest?
I can't. I'm seeing to the what looks like the east of that first map. But
The east of the... Oh yeah, you should still be able to see that other map. Oh, that's weird. Man, hopefully this is just me that can see some of these things that are hidden.
no, I can't see anything hidden. In fact, I can't even see my own token.
Staircase.
I'll just move you guys out. There you go. So as you come up these stairs, you can see that this room ahead of you at the top of the stairs, you can see these like paintings hanging on the walls. Look like faded oil paintings. As you kind of come up here, you can see that they're like paintings of the busts of like various, probably Eleanor's ancestors, you imagine, seeing as it's her family mausoleum. You also see that from where you are even, you can see more of these like thick black vines that are kind of coming down the walls. And you also see that the air has a strange haze in it. It almost makes you think of like a light rainfall, or yeah, like some kind of like fog or something like that. It's just strange like haze kind of drifting in the air. Maybe there's like a small amount of light like trickling down from the south where the boarded up window is, and you can kind of see some of these like particulates in this air.
Yes, you might want to cover your mouth again, Jenko.
Oh, it's been covered all this time, brother. Does anyone care for a singlet? I've got plenty.
Smiggles just grabs the end of his beard and like lifts it and ties it around the back of his head so it's across his mouth.
Josh just goes, "Oh, I usually use this for my eyes, but I suppose I can use it for my mouth." Then I just take the blindfold off and I put it around my mouth instead. And you see Josh's golden eyes start to beam out.
Nice. All right. Proceed.
Are we proceeding with caution, brothers?
Yeah, I think so. Smiggles will just poke his head up. Oh, I've gone back down. What happened?
Oh, just try going back into the. Oh, I think you did as well.
That's,
Here, I'll fix it for you.
yeah, you need to go down the stairs.
Wait, where did
Or I guess up the stairs, kind of here.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Where did Jenko go? Oh no, Jenko's there.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just move you, Father Joris, just to there.
You kind of need to move your token the long way around, because if you do it through that barrier, it takes you back to the first map, I think.
And I'll just remove this as well. Okay, sweet. All right. And do you still have the light cantrip going, Joris? Yeah, you're like this whole
I
room.
think it's like 10 minutes or something.
I also offer Jenko. Do you want a spare lantern?
Yes. I'll take it.
All right. I pull out a match, pour in a bit of oil, and light it, and hand it to Jenko. There you go.
How do you carry it, Jenko?
My hands. What do you mean, sorry?
I just wanted to make sure I knew like how you were exactly how. I mean, you don't have a weapon or anything, so
You
it's
can
not
clip
really
it to your belt
much
or something.
These are my weapons.
So in this room, not only are these paintings lining the walls, not all of the paintings are busts exactly. Maybe some of them are sort of these like paintings of creepy looking aristocrats sitting on thrones with dogs and such. But there's also these statues that line the walls that also are of you think probably various family members of Eleanor's perhaps. And you can see these clusters of knotty black vines that are kind of like hanging down from the ceiling, as well as these like larger ones that are like coming down the walls.
I think I might go look at the statues just to see if any of them seem important.
I'm not in yet. I can't actually see anything.
Oh, hold
So
on.
from
Where are you? Oh, it's just if you just move down the stairs.
Down them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It is up the stairs. Oh, yeah. It's kind of confusing because there's like an arrow.
Yeah, you kind of got to
going
go the long way around,
It's-
because otherwise
it's
it takes
telling
you
me
back
I'm
to the first
colliding.
map.
up. Oh, here. I'm maybe like stuck in the wall or something. There you go.
There we go.
Maybe I miss. No, because that must be. Oh, maybe the upstairs is supposed to come from up there, and okay, I see what I did. That is confusing.
okay. Like you copied the map, the tower from one to the.
No,
and the
I was
stairs
just.
didn't rotate.
I just thought that this bit here was like coming up, and then there's another. So once you come in here, you can see another set of stairs leading up over here. That kind of go up above the other stairs, because that's just how I misinterpreted it. But I think it's actually the other way around. But anyway, we'll just say that's what it is. This bust. You don't see anything about this bust in particular. that you feel is important.
Do any of these busts have that fungus or more vines over it than others?
Or perhaps is one completely free of any corruption?
You don't notice that. None of them in particular.
Does it seem
but
like one is missing to the north?
yeah, maybe there's one there that's kind of like sort of crumbled as this like vine has sort of like grown through it. But maybe Jenko and Father Joris, give me a perception check.
I have my blindfold off, so surely it'll be better.
I'll say that, Jenko, you notice that there is a portrait on the wall, sort of maybe behind these statues that you're kind of looking at. And this portrait does seem like you can see these like vines that have kind of come down the wall, and they sort of not exactly avoiding it, but they almost look like they've kind of come down and like sort of framed it almost like they're kind of growing around it in this weird way, and it's kind of like popping out from the wall in a strange, and has a strange sort of pattern of vines growing over it. It looks like unusual to you. It draws your eye.
He'll point out to the rest of the party and say, Father, that framing on that portrait's actually quite impressive.
Perhaps it belongs to some ancestor of Elenore, someone more important.
The picture is of a middle-aged woman with a smile on a cruel smile on her face.
Are there any like inscriptions or anything?
If you get closer to the picture, maybe give me... The module says an investigation check. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, okay. I'll give myself guidance, just anticipating a curse or something.
All right.
Okay, that's not great.
Did you add your guidance as well?
Oh, yeah, this...
Whoa.
I thought if I pressed the spell it would roll a d4, but I guess not. It's just a 10.
10. You don't notice anything in particular. She just looks like a wicked old lady. Middle-aged lady.
Yes, that's quite a wicked individual. Perhaps their wicked soul has cursed this land.
I'll say there is a placard underneath it, actually, that says... so maybe you don't notice anything in the picture. Maybe you notice that she's wearing some sort of odd... In the picture, she's wearing like some kind of like weird, creepy-looking medallion around her neck. Some sort of symbol, but you don't really know what the symbol means. But the placard says that her name is Berenice.
Berenice. Well, the ghost didn't mention as Berenice. Perhaps it's not important.
Does Smiggles recognize the name at all?
Give me a history check.
History. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that you think you recall a Berenice who died some time ago, and you think her, based on her age and kind of seeing her around, maybe you even remember that she was known throughout the town. People were a bit afraid of her. Some people would say that she was an evil sorceress of a dark order. It was never confirmed, but you think that she would be old enough to be Eleanor's grandmother.
Yeah, he passes this on to the party. He sort of says, Berenice, you say? And he heads on over. Give me a look. Oh, that's quite a good likeness of her. And he passes on all that information.
Did you know how this Berenice died?
Do I know how she died?
No.
Or can I, now that I'm closer to the portrait, can I make anything out in terms of that symbol that she was wearing?
I'll say that you do think that this is the symbol of this Dark Order. Maybe you saw it around, you remember it. You remember seeing it on some people in the town. And maybe those people sort of disappeared. You don't know what happened to them. And you don't know what happened to her either. This is the first time you've thought of her for a very long time.
Okay, I pass that on.
But I will say as well, Father Joris, that as you have kind of like inspected these statues, that you notice one of them actually is a statue, a big statue of a raven.
I thought these statues were supposed to signify family.
Yeah, all of them except for this one. I guess there's like a few cluttered around, and this one's sort of like in the back. You just notice it there in the darkness. You kind of shine your light towards it.
Perhaps some kind of pet. I go up to it to have a closer look. Whatever it may be.
Yeah, there is definitely something about this statue. It's kind of interesting because, like, it says it's a statue, but I imagine that makes it, like, pretty big. Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, it's a statue of a raven. And maybe there is like a strange inscription on a plaque, like on the base of this statue that the raven is sitting on. Maybe the raven is kind of about this big. It's on this like big stone statue base, and there's this strange inscription there in this unusual looking language.
Do I recognize the language?
What languages do you know?
Common, sign language, and Goblin.
No. It's sign language.
Well, it's time to use my common magic item.
Where do I see that?
I have a potion of comprehension. I could use comprehend languages.
I saw that and I was like, I thought to myself, that's an interesting choice. And then I forgot about it.
Do you want me to, where do I see languages, just in case?
On the details, so on the main page, I don't think you've put it in.
Oh.
Well, I wasn't sure this would come in handy.
I'm pretty sure it was Goblin and Elvish.
I'll just say that it's probably something stranger than that, hard for you to identify, but Father Joris, with taking this potion, you can read it. And it seems to be some kind of... It's difficult for you to follow the exact words, even with this potion. But you think that it is some kind of instruction that kind of gives you like a kind of a power word, like a command word. You feel that if you were to use this command word, that something might happen.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I say the word, if I can.
When you say this word, the...
Smiggles takes a step back.
The statue of the raven kind of like... almost like... kind of cracks. You see these like kind of splits and cracks running through it. And it kind of begins moving. And it takes like a step forward and kind of begins to like spread out these wings and kind of shakes off like some of this sort of stone around it and kind of ruffles its feathers and then just like lets out this loud like what do ravens do? Something like that. And then and then it kind of flaps its wings again and like looks at you and like cocks its head and then just shrinks into the size of a small statuette, small enough to fit in a pocket, and it kind of like turns back into like a sort of a stone figurine.
Oh, well, it appears our group may have found a new familiar. Sniggles.
Speaking of which, how long are we planning to stay? I could summon him back.
How long does it take to summon him?
So I could identify as a ritual spell. If you want me to identify this thing.
I will say that as you say that, you begin to hear this kind of movement around these vines and things in the walls. They begin to kind of writhe and move about.
Yeah, perhaps time is of the essence. I'll take the little statue with me. It's like, all right, I think we head up.
Heading up.
All right.
Up we go.
As you begin moving in this direction, these vines kind of start moving around kind of more like quickly and begin sort of reaching out to you, like crawling across the floor, like almost as if they're like growing unnaturally fast and sort of moving towards you. And I'll put this thing here. If you just move back into that area, you should now go up to another level. But I'll say actually that seeing as you've got a wizard here, Smiggles, you think that when you see this raven kind of shrink down, I'll say you don't need to identify it. You think that this is a figurine of wondrous power, a silver raven.
Sweet. He tells Father Yoris that.
Perhaps I should resummon it. It may be useful. Like, when I just speak it up, come alive, whatever the command word is.
I'm just trying to see if it will actually... The figurine allows you to cast the animal messenger spell on it at will. I don't know if it'll serve as a...
Familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. At least use an action to speak the command word. Sorry, bear with me. It's friendly to you and your companions. It understands your languages and obeys your spoken commands. If you issue no commands, it defends itself but takes no other actions.
So I guess it would be like a familiar, but I guess you could attack with either. Defends itself. If you issue no commands, it defends itself but takes them.
Yeah, I mean it's... I don't know if a figurine of wondrous power, silver raven can be used to attack.
I mean, it would just be, if it did attack, it'd be like a 1 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a raven, so yeah, I mean, I figure... Yeah, this, Google says it can attack. So yeah, we can say it can attack. Maybe Smiggles, you've read about these. They're not that, they're only uncommon, so you know a little bit about it, and you're able to kind of share this information.
Maybe just use the owl token for it, just as a stand-in.
I might have a raven.
Oh.
Raven. Here we go.
Let me just Google the stat block.
You can't see through its eyes or anything though, right? Like a familiar.
Because it's not find familiar, so it's just you give it a command, I guess.
I mean, I can use it to send a message if we all die.
That's true.
Don't come to the tower.
Send a message to the Baron saying 50 peaches is not bloody enough.
No, not for this task. Definitely not.
Okay, so you should be able to move that now, Father Joris, that raven.
It's tiny.
And as you come up here, Jenko Jenkins, you see before anyone else, you see this kind of bench on the other side of the room and some more rubble. But you can see that coffins and urns rest on the floor and the shelves of this very dusty chamber. And the gold roof comes to a point about 30 feet above the room. And there are 4 unlit iron lamps that are like hanging on these chains from the ceiling. They're probably about 10 feet off the ground. And actually, you would need Father Joris to come in for you to see further into the room.
I've got my light up as well.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on, I'll give you a light
Doesn't
too.
Jenko have a lantern now?
Oh yeah, here's a Jenka lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. No, it doesn't really work. Yeah, you can see thick black vines erupt from a central coffin. This one over here. And the vines are sort of like pushing through the floor and the walls and sort of spreading out everywhere. Really look like they're coming, just like out of this coffin and just flowing out through the room and just kind of connected to like everything.
How high was the central lantern with the chandelier?
The iron lamps are 10, they hang on chains from the ceiling. They're about 10 feet off the ground. So what's that, like a couple of meters? 3 meters. And also, who has the ashes? Who has Eleanor's ashes?
I held on to them.
And where are they?
They're just kind of stashed in my pack.
All right.
Sounds like it's going to be relevant. Okay.
Oh, I was just curious. No, I don't know. I just hadn't thought to ask before.
Is there an empty one of these coffins from the looks of it?
All of them have their lids on. But let me see. Yeah, I will say. Yeah, maybe this coffin here. Maybe the lid of this coffin is actually leaning up against the wall. It is. It looks like a newer coffin, like a white coffin, and you can see even from where you are that there's no one in it.
Well, it seems like Voldemort must have prepped this coffin for Elenore.
Hey, brothers, by any chance, could you light these lanterns so I don't have to carry this lamp around?
So, Smiggles has alchemist supplies, which he can start a fire with. The issue is he's nowhere near 10 feet.
The lantern, though, you can just set down on the ground, I think. I don't see why.
Yeah, you could just set that lantern down I gave you on the ground if you want.
Okay. Jacob will just place it there. Oh, actually, he'll hold on to it until he needs to place it down.
The chandelier that's hanging, does it look like? Is it like an oil lantern? Is it candles? Is it?
Iron lamps. Maybe, yeah, some kind of oil lamp. Maybe it's like, it's like this chain that's kind of split into 3 with this like bowl.
I don't know if I can reach it, but
Would you allow Smiggles to light one of his sling bullets on fire with his alchemist kit and sling it up there?
Actually, how tall is Smiggles? By the way,
like about a meter. I think he's a towering 3 feet 3 inches.
Jinko's 7'11".
Match made in heaven.
Done.
Wait, so what do you want to do now? You just want Jenko just lifts you up?
He's gonna lift me up, and I'm gonna light it with my alchemist supplies.
So the alchemist supplies, I think, would like allow you to just craft things. So I don't think they would themselves let you light.
I mean, I can.
As a utilize action, I can identify a subject, a substance, or start a fire. DC 15.
Oh.
My substance. Oh yeah, we'll start a fire. All right. Sounds good.
That's an intelligence roll.
Intelligence roll.
I don't
That's
think
the
you need
ability
to
that's
roll
got on
for
it.
it.
Yeah, well, it's a DC 15, so I've got to roll something.
True. Bloody hell, where did it go? Alchemist supplies.
And
Start
I've got
fire.
a tinder box. You can use that.
I mean, that's a bonus action to light something.
Yeah, I think I don't know about intelligence. Probably.
Well, that's the ability that it has listed on it.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay, weird.
Do I just
Interesting,
roll
because
flat
it's like an
intelligence?
alchemy kit. So what are you kind of doing? You got like some sort of like powder or something like that, or some sort of. Okay,
Pulls
yeah.
out,
Just give
or
me.
some kind of chemical compounds that he's lifted up and he's kind of wobbling around on top of Jenko's head, and he's got these two volatile chemicals in his hands, and he's kind of sprinkles one in the lantern and then kind of just throws the other one at it and makes a puff of fire.
Okay, give me an intelligence check, but you can add your proficiency bonus as well because you're using this kit.
Okay.
Nice, that'll do it. All right, this this lamp.
I think the flash of it maybe singes his beard a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys start to do that, I'm gonna head to the coffin to start to lay these ashes to rest.
Before you're able to do that, I'm going to say that the lighting of this fire, and I'm going to say actually, so okay, you would need to be about here, Smiggles. I think you're kind of like up on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Which might make it more difficult for you, but I think it's funny.
Then I'm probably a step ahead of them, about to.
Oh, now we're
All right, if you're kind of like
now we're
here or
Master
something.
Blaster.
As this fire goes up, bursts into flames, you hear a woman's voice kind of echoing from the coffin that has all of these vines growing out of it. And it is the voice of a pretty nasty sounding middle-aged woman that says, I have been sleeping, waiting for you, Elenore. And all of a sudden, this coffin erupts just before Father Joris is able to make it to this coffin, and all of these like vines and tentacles and things come kind of flying out of this coffin as the lid just like kind of explodes, and this large like mass of writhing green and black plant matter kind of emerges from this coffin and like spreads out all over the floor and kind of lifts itself up above the coffin and begins to sort of move towards you. It almost kind of looks like one of those violet fungus, but it's like green and black, and it has all these weird eyes on it and these like partially human, partially animal like mouths that are sort of like gnashing with teeth and like and it begins moving towards you and kind of spreading out these tentacles, and as this happens, you hear this movement from behind you along the walls as well. And these vines kind of erupt from the floor. And you see that on these vines are like sort of, they're kind of pulsating, and these sort of bubbly, weird, like purple masses are kind of emerging from these vines and then sort of shaping up into these like mushroom-shaped things before your eyes as more of these like violet fungus things kind of grow out of the vines and sort of spawn into the room, like climb out of them and begin crawling towards you. There's one of them here and one of them here. So let's roll for initiative.
Ooh.
Seems like we found our corruption.
So, Jenko would like to use one of his features that he can only use when he's rolling initiative.
Okay.
That's called Uncanny Metabolism. So, I regain all my focus points and my hit. I can use one hit die plus my level as HP to gain HP.
Focus points.
I only use
Okay,
one.
interesting.
And
All right.
that's
Sounds
once
good.
per long rest, yeah.
How do I roll initiative for this brave?
It should be in the combat tracker as well. You should be able to, if you just scroll all the way, I think it's just at the bottom.
I'm just trying to figure out where the button is on the Raven sheet.
Oh, if you go to the top right-hand corner of the screen and open up the combat counters, like the two cross swords.
You can just press the Right, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Nice. Okay. Jenko Jenkins again. What do you do?
I've got Smiggles. Hey, Smiggles, are you ready to go, brother? I'm not gonna throw him. I'm gonna just put him down.
Yeah, I'll say you can like.
Oh,
You can,
yeah!
you can put him down as a free action.
Yeah,
That's fine.
right, yeah.
It's just like drawing a weapon.
Yep. I am going to. What am I going to? I'm going to. Actually, I might just run in.
All right.
Use an unarmed attack. Or actually run in and follow through with a drop kick as I'm running.
Middle?
That hits.
Cool. And then I'm going to use my bonus action. Oh, actually, if I roll a 1, I can actually re-roll with the with the Tavern Brawler feat.
Okay.
I actually forgot that last time.
What's the rerolls in 5.2? 9. 9
Yep,
bludgeoning.
and
All right.
I'd like to use my the Monk's Focus, but not use a hit point. But as a bonus action, I can disengage
Okay.
and then move back, move out. So I'm just getting 1, 2, 3, 4. So just move, into that spot there.
All right, Father Joris.
Alright.
So you're holding Eleanor's ashes in your hand? Or were you just kind of moving towards the coffin with them still in your backpack?
I did have them in my hand, but I'm like quickly, oh shit. And then I put the ashes back in my bag. I was like, alright. Time to get to business.
I think if you had them in your hand, if you want to put them back in your backpack, it's going to take an action. I would usually ask for an action to pull something out or put it back in your bag.
All right, then
Just to be difficult.
Yeah, okay. It's fine. Then using my other free hand, then I'm just going to say, well, I think this, if it's a plant, then this is the best thing for it. I'll give it some of this, and I'm gonna toss a flask of oil at the creature.
Okay.
So throw, yeah. So I need a DC 12 dex save.
And that's just to see if it's doused, is it?
If it's doused, yeah.
If it's doused, okay. Dex save. Ooh, it's looking doused.
And now it's doused in oil. And then now if it takes fire damage, it takes 5 extra damage from burning oil for whatever fire damage it takes.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
For whatever fire damage it takes before the oil dries, which is a minute, it takes an extra 5 fire damage.
Okay, sweet. All right.
If
Just
you want
remind me if I forget.
light this thing up. And then as a bonus action, I'll do nothing.
All
And then
right.
I'll just be like, oh shit, and then I'll just move. I'll probably, I'll stand in front of Smiggles here, so hopefully he doesn't get targeted by the fungi.
And are you still holding the ashes, or do you?
I'm still holding the ashes.
Okay, so I guess your staff is like on your back. Or something
Yes,
like
my
that.
staff's on my back.
All right. Okay. The raven. You can give an order to your raven now if you want.
Yes.
It's fine.
The raven's gonna fly over. Oh, that's very limited movement speed for him.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Oh no, it's because it's giving you like it should be 12
The
meters.
ground speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's gonna fly over, and it's gonna distract the creature, giving help action.
Okay. Nice. It's pretty handy. Okay, Smiggles.
So seeing this flask of oil land squarely on this thing, Smiggles is going to move over here, and then he's going to hit it with a chromatic orb.
All right.
Which, how do I do that?
And you'll have advantage because of the help action.
Advantage? Okay.
Is it an attack?
Crit,
Yeah.
crit.
Oh,
it misses.
damn it.
Maybe like one of these like big root like arms kind of reaches up and just like just kind of shatters this orb away as it like flies towards it, and this magic just kind of spreads out through the room.
Well, that's him.
All right. One of the mouths on this creature sort of opens wide, and you hear this voice sort of echoing out from it. It says, "Elenore, my granddaughter, you were made perfect in loveliness, only to die." And this thing actually sort of backs up off this coffin and like climbs up onto the wall. It's going to sort of climb up like maybe 2 meters. And it then sort of reaches out with some of these like tendrils, and these large like spines grow out of them and just like sort of emerge and then like fire out from these vines in your direction. It is going to target... It's going to target Jenko. Jenko hasn't... Actually, it's going to target the 2 that have attacked it already. I'll start with Father Joris. Uh, 14 misses.
Yep.
And then this one will target Smiggles. Ooh, 23 hits.
That is definitely a hit.
Oh, 10. Does that take you down again?
Yeah, he's down again. That's exactly his hit points.
Fuck.
He is 110 years old.
You'd think he'd have more hit points by now. Okay, that's its turn. And... oh, that is confusing. Okay, one of these fungi is going to move forward as it kind of like emerges from this vine, and it's going to try to wrap its tendrils around Father Joris. Oop. Misses, and it'll try again. That one looks like it hits
Alright.
for 8 necrotic.
Alright. I take 4.
Okay. And this one is also going to target you.
All good.
So you're being kind of lashed from all sides with these like sticky, kind of sharp, rotten tendrils. That one misses. Okay, nice. Couple of misses. All right, Jenko.
Okay, Jenko wants to pick up his lantern off the floor
All right.
that he placed down to light it with Smiggles earlier, and then move back into this position and throw it at the plant on the wall
Okay.
with the idea to set on fire.
All right. Let me see. I want to do this.
I will say when I douse by throwing it, it doesn't have the effect that when it's lit, it's on fire. But I presume if it was a object that does fire damage, it would still do the extra part.
Wait, what are you saying? Sorry,
It doesn't like light. If you the way it now works is if you use it to the oil floss to attack it just gives extra 5 fire damage when it's lit by something.
Okay,
But
so
it's
like
not
the
a
oil
constant
doesn't cause
effect.
it to be lit.
Yes. So
Okay.
Yeah,
If
but sorry, I thought the lantern was still lit.
well,
Yeah.
I assume it would do it would still do the extra fire damage if it's lit.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Give me like a. I guess just like a ranged attack to throw the lantern at this thing.
I'll just use my sling.
Okay. 13 hits. So maybe give me like an improvised weapon damage, so like 1d4.
So with the tavern brawler feat, that it
Does it affect like a ranged attack?
it's all like simple weapons.
I believe it affects all improvised weapons.
Improvise it. Yeah, I have proficiency with all improvised weapons.
Okay, I'll say that. Oh, you have proficiency with it, so it doesn't increase the damage or anything, but you could add your proficiency when you attack. So that makes sense.
Correct.
You did that already with a sling. It definitely hits. Give me 1d4 damage plus your dex modifier, and add like 1 for fire. But then because of the oil, so it does 6 for fire. Is that?
Yeah, it would do
Yeah.
an extra 5.
Yeah.
So you got my modifier. Then what did you want? Plus.
So go 1d4 plus dex plus 6.
Okay.
Yeah. 11 damage. 11 fire damage. And I think it will ignite as well. That makes sense. I will give it a... Where's my fire? Oh, that was underwhelming. Alright. It lights up as this oil ignites. Okay. Sweet. Seems good.
Yeah. And okay, actually, sorry. I'll just use my martial feat. What's it called again? Monk's Focus as a bonus action. Step of the wind. I can actually just dash.
Okay.
And I'll dash into this position next to Smiggles.
Alright. Father Joris.
Yes. I am going to take out my staff and I'm going to bonus action healing word. Smiggles back up.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Do you need any more health?
He's only
I couldn't
got
know.
10, so
Okay. We'll leave it be with that, and then with. Can I make some kind of check to see if necrotic damage would affect these guys?
You can give me a...
Actually, it doesn't matter. I can use necrotic or radiant force. So I'll channel divinity, divine spark,
Okay.
and I'll raise. I'll point at the. I'll point at the one on my right here, and I'll use divine spark
All right.
to attack this one next to me. So.
So, as a magic action, you point your holy symbol at another creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. What happens?
Oh, actually, my bad. I don't think I have my holy symbol. Okay.
So you're holding the ashes.
Holding the ashes, unless the ashes are holy.
I don't think you
they
can
have
use
a
it as a holy
symbol.
symbol.
Alright. Then I just say burn then. And I'll use sacred. I'll ignore the channel divinity and I'll just sacred flame.
But I think you
one
would
of
still
my-
need your symbol for sacred. Oh no, you wouldn't actually.
It's
just a-
verbal and smack.
Yeah,
so I
sweet.
can still use
Sweet.
it. So I need
Alright.
that dex save.
Dex save. Probably gonna pass the dex save. I feel. Probably. Oh, that's
Probably not.
surprising. Okay. All right. Oh, my bad. I rolled the
Oh.
damage because I was attempting to
Hey, I'm fine with using that
take
damage
the
roll you
damage.
did.
Roll me a d4.
Alright.
1 to 2, we'll use the 8. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you just like shoot this flame at it. Maybe it also kind of squeals and screeches and burns with this like flame kind of burning off
A
it for a
light
moment.
bursts through a ruined hole in the ceiling and hits it.
Oh yeah, it's sacred flame, isn't it? Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe it actually like. Well, the light wouldn't. I don't think it would like break the ceiling. Maybe yeah, as it kind of like shines through some of the ceiling, like little like rocks and kind of pebbles and things and bits of the roof kind of scattered down. Yeah. Okay, Raven,
Raven's
Ravy.
gonna go. If it goes near the creature, will it continue to be? Will it get burnt at all?
I think because it's a raven, and I think it's okay.
Okay. Well, I guess it can fly above it. Oh, I guess it is. Is it on the ceiling?
Yeah, it's like on the wall.
Okay. And it'll just kind of fly in front of it and distract it and give help action.
Okay. Help action. How tall did I say this room was? It was quite tall, wasn't it? It was like the gold roof comes to a point 30 feet above the room. That's pretty high up.
It's about 10 meters.
Why did this thing only climb up 2 meters? What was it thinking? All right. Smiggles.
Getting up, coughing and spluttering again. He's going to have one last crack at a chromatic orb. Oh, hang on. I should have expended another spell slot. I'll just do it now.
All right.
So this will be his last.
You probably need to... Oh, from there. Actually, no, it's fine.
Do I need to move?
No, you're fine.
Cast. Is the help action still there?
Yes.
Advantage.
Yep.
Come on.
Nice, that hits.
18. You beauty.
All right.
Where's the damage for that?
And this works differently now, doesn't it?
I get to pick, so it's 3d8. I get to pick
What
the damage type.
What damage do
So
you
I guess I'll just do. Does the oil still have any effect or is it already lit?
I mean, the way it's written to work is technically just gives a +5 bonus to fire damage.
But the oil is already lit. Although it's still going probably for a couple of rounds.
That's how 2024 does it.
Yeah. I think you can give if you use the fire. I think Smiggles feels that fire would be a good idea.
I mean, that was his plan when he saw the oil go in, so he's just going to stick with that plan. Hit it with fire damage. Where's the damage thing?
And you can add the 5.
Plus 5?
Yep. Awesome. Maybe this thing kind of like lets out some sort of weird echoey like cry out of like 2 of its mouths at once. It has this kind of strange like phase effect, and it's like different voices coming out of these 2 mouths, and then you hear like Valdemar's voice. You recognize it, and it's like, I saw something horrible in the tower, but I can't remember what. Kind of like echoes throughout the room. It's very strange. It's like coming from this creature. You've clearly done some pretty serious damage to it, as this chromatic orb just like hits this like already like burning mass of like roots and plant stuff, and kind of makes these flames go up even more. All right, it is going to do something.
Rest in peace, Raven.
It kind of like sends like more of these roots from its arms, if they're arms, kind of down into the ground, like, and a couple, and more of these like masses of roots kind of come out of the walls, and another violet fungus is going to spawn over here out of some of these roots. Kind of pops out of one of them. This thing will then climb up to maybe like it's gonna climb like, actually how far can it move? Okay. It climbs up to about 6 meters up this wall, kind of, and it's gonna generate more of these spines and fire them at you guys. Of course. It's gonna target Jenko. The ranged attack. Nice. Completely misses. Do you do anything to like prevent these spines from hitting you? It's such a like such a bad miss.
No, he's just his hair's bellowing in the wind, and it just like shoots past, and it's not affecting him.
Maybe a bunch of these spines just kind of like, like hitting, one of those like knife tricks, like just go all around you. Almost leave like an image of you on the stairs behind you on the wall.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's also going to target, I mean, it can see Smiggles here. I'm going to determine randomly. It's going to target Father Joris.
It's fine, the light protects me.
It hits.
Alright.
For 11 piercing.
11 piercing? Yikes.
Okay. Alright. That's its turn. Okay, this fungus is gonna hit you, Joris. Oh shit. This isn't looking good. You're the one with the healing. Okay, it misses.
Oh.
Come on, miss. Oh.
The light protects me! No!
Fuck.
Surely it rolls a 1.
Oh,
No.
looks like
I'm
you're down.
Okay.
Okay.
Smiggles has got you.
This one here kind of sees you go down. It's going to sort of just like kind of move over to here. And, oh, this one didn't roll for it. Okay. That one's already had its turn. Okay, Jenko.
Jenko's gonna be like, Father! No!
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, before you take your turn, I forgot the giant plant thing needs to take some more damage from this fire. I don't really know how much fire damage to give it on its like follow-up turn.
I will say the standard is If it was the way it says it is that if it was doused on a space, it would be 5 per turn.
5.
So-
Was it so it's not +5 per turn? Because I was thinking
Well,
like
it's supposed to be +5 fire damage if you hit a target, or 5 per turn if it's on a space.
yes.
I'll just put the oil item if you want to see it in chat.
Oh no, I was gonna give it more damage. Because if it's like 5 plus whatever it has. Yeah, burning oil 5. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. So it's 5 once it.
Yeah.
So just from the burning oil. Yeah, right. Okay, I understand.
After this, I'm gonna put it. It's fine. I'm gonna do it. It's fine.
All right, takes another 5 fire damage. All right, Jenko.
Okay. He's gonna be like, Father, no! And he's gonna make his way forward. He's running at this. Sorry, I moved a couple of times and it calculated. And follow through with a clothesline as he's running past this mushroom.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
Oh, good.
8 damage.
Cool.
Ooh, it's not
How's
quite
that
dead.
looking?
It's not quite dead.
Not quite dead. Okay,
Kind of
he's
knock
going.
it back with the clothesline.
Okay,
You must have to
so-
stoop down pretty low to get it.
Oh yeah, maybe a diving clothesline.
Sweet.
He is going to expend one of his focus points for flurry of blows.
Okay.
So I get 2 bonus attacks, an additional 2.
All right.
So the first one will be on this one.
That hits.
Cool. How's that looking? Oh, I can re-roll that one because it
It's
was a
looking
1.
dead either way.
Okay, cool. And then what he wants to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just sorry, I was just counting my squares.
All right.
And then his second flurry of blows to
Wait,
hit
that did
that.
take you into the red though. Are you sure you can make it there?
Yeah. Sorry, when I started my movement, I did a triangle. I went from there to. I went from there.
Yeah. So
When
one,
you said hold it back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if you can make it there.
So, one.
Because it's 1, so 2, 3, 4.
I
Got to
did
do
go.
a diagonal, so 5, 6.
I
then
didn't start with the
7, 8.
diagonal. I went up 1. Sorry, that 1,
Yep.
2,
1. Yep. 2,
3, 4,
3,
5,
4, 5. Yep.
6, 7,
Oh,
8.
you're just running on top of the thing. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
and
that's fine.
diagonal 9. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And then drop kick that one.
Okay. Yep. Okay, 7. All these like spores again just go like flying off. You just kick it like
And-
square and it's in the middle of the cap.
That's it. End turn. Thanks.
Okay. Ooh, Father Joris, give me a death save. I have a nasty home rule with death saves, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, I assume it's the private roll as the homebrew.
No, usually it's if you fail, you have to immediately make another one.
Oh, that's nasty. let's just do that.
But I won't do that. Oh,
Some-
okay.
-1.
Down 1. So you can't give your Raven an order either.
I mean, the last order I gave it was to distract it.
Okay, that's fair enough. You can give it the help action again. Alright, Smiggles.
Alright, Smiggles is coming. So he's gonna go. He may as well stay away from that one. He'll go there, and then he will administer a healing potion, which I believe is now a bonus action.
Give me your finest potion.
How do I administer it to someone else? Do I just go use ability?
Just like hit the healing and then
Roll.
Father Joris can just add and just apply.
You go 9.
Nice.
And then, so I still have an action?
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to do that. It should be fine.
Can I, so if he's run over there, it would have been staff in hand. Can you swap weapon? What did we figure out with this thing?
Yeah, you can like draw a weapon and attack as your attack.
So he can do the sling. He will just sling a pellet at the big one.
Oh, so you're saying you were holding the staff, so you want
He's
to
got the staff. Well, I mean, he'd have to. He would have stood up and run over the staff.
You can like drop the staff. I'm gonna have to look at the new rules after the session.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, I mean it should be fine. It's like right next to you.
I didn't really think of the mechanics of that when I gave him.
I mean, I guess you could object interact to drop the staff. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean I'd usually say like you can drop something for free, so that's fine.
Right. Well, he drops the staff and then he will fire a sling pellet at the big creature. Oh, that's at advantage.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Crit.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby. Damage. Critical.
9. All right.
Whew.
Yeah, maybe it lets out like another scream, and you just kind of hear actually these weird like echoing sounds of all of these birds of paradise that you heard like in the forest before, kind of echoing out from these mouths, just sort of bouncing around the walls. It sounds really eerie. Okay. What's it going to do at this point? I think can't move very fast. It's going to like climb over here. Kind of climbs along the walls over here. And it's going to make another couple of ranged attacks. This one's going to target Jenko. Misses. And this one's going to target Smiggles.
Oh.
Misses. Nice. Okay. This violent fungus is gonna kind of come over here and like climb up on this like empty coffin and try to reach out for Jenko. Nice. Gonna have another crack. Okay, this one hits. Ooh. 10 necrotic. Okay. This one is going to move over to here, and then it's going to attack somebody at random. This could be nasty. Okay, it's going to target Smiggles.
No.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck.
That's a hit.
Oh.
Down again.
Oh, man. I'm going to...
Every time he's been hit? I think it is.
I'm not going to give it another attack just because, again, it's the module's supposed to be for 4 and I haven't rebalanced it, so Jenko.
So, and I'll bring you back up.
Was that 4 attacks per creature?
No, just 2. I mean, the module's supposed to be for like 4 to 6 characters.
Oh, okay.
And because we had somebody drop out, I didn't have time to rebalance it or anything, so...
Yep. Cool. So I'm definitely going to... yeah, I'll drop kick it. I'm going to drop kick this one.
All right.
This mushroom right in front of me. Okay.
Yep, that hits.
Cool. Okay, I can re-roll that.
Okay.
Another one. Another one. I want to see how many times I can do this. I think I might have to take this roll.
Yeah, I think I was saying before, like, oh, I'm just going to rule for now that you got to take it even if it's a 1.
Yeah, it
Otherwise
says
we
you
just-
must take the next roll.
Yep. Okay,
And
5.
then use a focus point to flurry of blows.
Okay.
I'll just use that flurry of blows. A quick jab to the throat.
Yep, that one hits. I guess throat is just like the stalk,
Yeah.
like an uppercut.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. How do you kill that one with your jab?
I'll just take its cap off. Like, he doesn't know his power. He's just like, he's gonna
The cap just goes like.
throw a punch. Yeah. He just takes his cap off.
Like he's opening a protein shake.
Nice.
And then step into this position, and his second flurry would be to hit that creature.
Okay.
And I can also push it. If I hit, I can
Alright.
push it 5 feet back with my tavern baller feet.
Okay.
Whee!
Oh yes!
Sweet.
Got him.
So it'll go
Maybe
back to
this
there,
one
I
after
guess.
open. If he makes it with the crit.
Oh, nice. How do you kill this one in one go?
Oh, if he can, he wants to suplex this one off the coffin, off Eleanor's coffin. Suplex it, bang,
And it just goes like.
and then throw it 5 feet. Yeah,
Oh, like you throw it like this way.
yeah, that way.
I love the cinematics of Smiggles running over, healing Brother Joris, getting taken out. All the while, Jenko's just zigzagging across the room, punching mushrooms.
It's fine. We're pretty valuable. We're valuable to this fight.
All we're doing is healing each other.
All right, Father Joris.
Now I'm just gonna bonus action use another one of my staff charges and healing word Smiggles.
All right.
I'm gonna reroll one of the d4s.
Sweet.
It's another one. Never mind. Okay, so that's just 6.
Yep.
6.
Yeah.
I should point out it's part of Smiggles' backstory that he detests divine magic being used for healing. And it's pretty much happened every time he's been hit this game.
Joris doesn't know, so he's just come on, get back up, brother. and then I
You are still prone, is the only thing.
I am prone. Then I half movement to get back up,
Yep.
and then okay, yep. Then I have 3 foot, so I'll move here, and then I'll be like, this creature must die. Now, here's the thing I'm not certain about, but I think the thing I saw in the rules is that you can only use 1 spell slot a turn. The thing is, my stuff doesn't use a spell slot. So
Oh yeah, this is a thing. I've heard about this. I think it is true that, as far as I understand, you can use. Yeah, what do you got? Do it.
So I'm gonna hit it with a guiding bolt.
Okay.
So yeah.
Come on.
Actually, I'm gonna hold my magic action to cast guiding bolt when the raven distracts it.
That's an excellent idea. I like that.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll move to the raven's turn.
Okay.
Keep distracting it, raven. And he goes and starts distracting.
All right.
Surprised this raven hasn't copped a thorn yet.
I'm surprised too. Been very helpful.
Yeah. Actually, I just keep forgetting. I remembered immediately to kill your owl.
Yeah. Well, this thing's so tiny.
Yeah, that's probably why I just keep not seeing it. Whoa. Yes, that hits.
Oh, that's a great roll.
20. It's not
And
quite
it has
dead.
advantage to hit again.
Wait, what do you
Guiding
mean?
bolt. Guiding bolt.
Oh,
gives
sorry. As in,
advantage to hit.
yeah. I thought you meant you could hit it again. Okay. Yeah, this thing just has this kind of energy, this like shimmering, like radiant energy sort of encircling it now. It's like kind of glowing after this guiding bolt has hit it. Smiggles, your turn. Round are we? I actually think this fire's gone out now, a couple of rounds. And it kind of like got up and like climbed along the wall and shit.
Okay, he stands up. However I do that.
I'll do that.
That one.
Oh, oops, wrong thing anyway.
It's all out of spells, so I think he's just going to fling another pellet at it.
Oh my god.
I think it's doing that automatically because of my halfling luck.
Oh, so it's re-rolling the one.
I think that's what happened with that one.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah. I guess that gives you the 10.
Does it work on attacks though?
It works on everything, I think.
What does it say?
I mean, it's automatically doing that. I'm not clicking anything for that, so.
Yeah, so it suggests that it would. Where is it? Luck. When you roll a 1 on the d20 of a d20 test, you can re-roll the die and you must use... This term test is a bit new to me.
Not a test, is it?
Yeah, but I actually thought maybe the term test does kind of refer to like all d20 rolls. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it means everything but a luck roll. But
okay. I mean, it's doing it automatically, so.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me just. Yeah. 5e define d20.
Ability
test.
checks, saving throws, and attack rolls.
All right. Give me the damage. 15 hits.
Where are we?
Oh, you would need to move a little bit. Oh no, actually no, you wouldn't because it's up on the wall.
It's up on the.
How do you slay this huge plant creature?
I think he's gets up, coughing and spluttering yet again. Maybe as he stands, there's a little bit of a billow to the beard. And then he pulls out one of the little pellets and he does his little click and lights it, cranks it up, flings it, and I think he just gets it right in one of those little red eye things that are on it. Just punches straight through.
Yeah, it's already like burned severely, and it's got this like shimmering energy around it. It's been done like a huge amount of damage. It's already kind of like slipping off the wall, like barely able to kind of hold itself up. And this like final like magic imbued like pellet just straight into its eye, just and it just kind of just like just halts its movement and just like. One of these like large, like weird looking human like mouths open and it like lets out this loud scream that says, "Living, I have been your plague, and dying, I shall be your death." And its black vines like lash out from where it's kind of like losing grip on the wall and kind of sliding down, and they just kind of like go flying all the way across the room, just like, and they like just like punch into the walls along the side of the tower and kind of go straight through them. All this like rubble kind of explodes, like, and they seem to go like taut as it like appears to be like pulling at the walls of this tower, and it begins like pulling the walls and the stones out, and the whole like building begins like shaking. It's also like sending these like roots like down onto the lower levels, and pulling the ceiling down as well. And you can feel this like whole building is beginning to like destabilize as you realize this creature, as it falls to the ground, is actually like pulling the whole mausoleum down. And will remain in initiative as this creature kind of ceases to move after it makes this like this final kind of leaves you with this final situation. But you hear, Father Joris, the voice of Elenore kind of ring out and around you. Maybe all of you hear it, but it's kind of especially around you because you've got the ashes. And you just hear her saying like, "Please, quick! Before you leave, You must lay me to rest before you leave. And so, Jenko, what do you do?
I'm like, Father, it's time for the ashes. So the casket's clear, there's no lid on it.
Yes. Casket's open.
Yeah, I will assist if I can. Father, Joris if needs be. So I'll hold my action.
Okay.
Yes, just help me with the rights and to close the lid shut.
All right, Father Joris. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Jenko, you can like hold your action to close the lid if you wanna do that.
Yep, sounds good.
I still have the ashes in hand, so I go over with the ashes and I place them into the coffin, and then I start performing the rites.
All right, and as Jenko like lifts this coffin lid and begins pulling it over the coffin, from the ashes comes once again this kind of foggy, misty cloud, and Eleanor's ghost appears like above the coffin as the lid is being pulled over it, and she just kind of says like, "Thank you, thank you." It sort of dissipates and then back into the coffin. But this building is like shaking and falling down all around you. What else do you do, Father Joris?
We blocked the door.
Did we notice any windows on the way up?
Yep.
There is a window on the second level, but it's like boarded up though.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's
That's
get the hell out of
brothers.
bonus action, I'm just gonna heal myself.
Alright.
Just in case any debris hits me or something.
And you still have some movement left.
Yes.
I'll also say, actually, as Elenore is disappearing, maybe not only does she thank you, but she also says, please, each of you accept a blessing of good luck in thanks for what you have done. And then she disappears. And so she gives you this thing where once per day, you can re-roll one failed roll and must use the new result, just in case we haven't had enough of that in this session.
Any roll?
Yeah, one failed roll you can re-roll. So each of you can do that once.
Sweet.
Alright. Let's get the hell out of here.
Alright, is that as far as you can move?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sweet. We'll just say that the Raven is able to follow you. We won't worry about the Raven. Smiggles.
I think he is also quickly going to just battle medicine himself.
You feel that if you linger here for more than maybe like 20 seconds or something, and this building is going to collapse on you. Like, you feel like you've got to fucking like leg it out of here.
Yep. All right. He's on his way. He's just... How do I do the healing thing? I just roll one of the heal dice.
Yeah. Just click the healing button and then
4, 6. Okay. So
I'll also say actually that when this thing like fell to the ground, maybe it begins to sort of deteriorate, and also these other like purple, like violet fungi, they're like corpses on the ground, also sort of begin to like kind of turn to like dust and ash and dirt and sort of disappear, as do all of these vines in the walls.
Okay, then he is out of here. No, telling me I can't do that.
You need to leg it as fast as you can with those tiny legs.
That healer thing, were you able to do that as a bonus action, was it?
Oh
no, it says an action. Okay, so you can't dash or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. So that's the healer thing. The healer's kit one says a utilize action. The
Yeah,
healer feat doesn't seem to specify. Oh yeah, it does. Utilize action. Yep.
Okay.
And dashing. I do have a lot of movement.
You should be able to move, like, can you move more?
I think that's the max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Father Joris. Okay, Smiggles.
How do I see where the
Oh,
extra is
just like
going?
move to there. So 1, 2, 3. We'll say you move 3. Here, I'll just move you in there.
Ooh.
4. Oh, hold on. Here, I'll move you there, and it's like 4, 5.
I will say I can't see
Something
my
like
token
that.
anymore.
It's on the other map now.
I'll just move you to there as well, just so you're like off this like square.
Yeah.
Sorry, Smiggles, you can move one more square.
more?
I didn't mean to move you. I was just trying to resolve the confusing issue of these teleportation squares. Okay, Jenko.
It's all good.
Okay, Jinko's following.
I'll just move out one and then move in one. Yeah, it's a bit janky.
Jinky,
Yeah.
Jinko-y.
Oh, it's not even doing it. There you go.
Okay, so I've moved 1. Where am I? 1, 2. Why doesn't it like that?
It won't let you move across a corner.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then dash 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Jeez.
Maybe just do it with the. You can just do it with the keyboard with the arrows. Yeah.
That was 7. I've got 2 more after that.
2 more. Okay, I'll give you this square. 2 more.
Yep. And 8, 9.
All right. Father Joris.
Cool.
What are we? Round 7.
Yeah, so just keep moving. So I can't
Maybe
go
just
through
maybe
that,
just
so-
move with the arrow keys or the WASD, just to like, so we don't have to worry about the walls and everything.
Hang on. One. Yeah.
Okay, Smiggles.
I got another 6.
But it'll be 2 when you go through an ally, though.
I don't think it is for me, because I'm a halfling.
Oh,
Well, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've lost count anyway. I think it's there.
All right. Jenko. Nearly there.
Yep. Jinko wants to use his cloud jaunt feature
Okay.
and just teleport to where he can see. Oh. So then that was his bonus action.
Okay.
So then his 1 square movement, and then his action to start clearing the door for the rest of the party.
Give me an athletics check. Seeing as this like big table is in front of the door.
Yeah.
What did I say it was before? Like, oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, you can just like wrench this door out of the way. Sorry, the table out of the way. Okay, Father Joris. Who has the key though?
Janko did.
I did. Yep.
Nice.
I mean, we
pulled it
didn't
out
end
of
up locking the door. We just kind of closed it off with the table.
Oh, I thought you
Jinko
locked it as
said
well.
that. Jinko,
Jinko.
yeah, he locked it. Yeah.
Jinko
Jinko
locked
Just
it,
in
yeah.
case.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Now, does it seem like next turn and it all falls down?
That's what it seems like, yes.
So,
As in, like, I'm gonna give you to the end of round 9, so I guess you've got another turn.
then wait. Okay, then Smiggles might just barely make it.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can, seeing as we've like hit the time. I'm sure you guys can like make it at this point. I think it would be the end of round 9. I like forgot to look when I started it, and I was like, I can't remember if it was. Anyway, round 9 is fine. All right, you're able to run over here. Jenko is able to get the key into the lock and pull open the door, and you can run out of this building and run into the path. You see all of these like piles of like dirt and ash as all of these fungus that you fought previously have obviously disintegrated, and you kind of like jump out of the way as this building just like collapses behind you in this huge cloud of like smoke and rubble. And as you sort of pick yourselves up and like dust yourselves off and kind of walk away, you think you sort of turn one last time. You think you see Eleanor's ghost kind of appear one more time and sort of like wave you goodbye. And as you head back to the cemetery, you see that the flora and the fauna throughout the forest and through the cemetery and everything as well have kind of begin to return to their original colors and begin to look sort of less purple and much more just like natural. And you also, Smiggles, you kind of feel this feeling that sort of darkness from the forest is kind of lifted finally, and you can hear the birds again. And when you get back to the cemetery, you see like Valdemar. He's kind of like standing there, scratching his head. He looks like a lot more like animated than you remember him. He kind of explains to you that he feels like I feel like I've awoken as if from a long dream. And you were able to return to Baron Henrik, who is still stricken with grief. But after you give him the news that you successfully laid his wife to rest, you learn he stays in touch with you, and you find that his health slowly returns, and his growing madness dissipates, and he's no longer hassled by the spirit of his dead wife. The end.
Hey, good stuff.
You better make a big donation to the church for that.
Oh yeah, you each get 50 gold pieces as well.
I only do gold peaches.
50, yeah, you each get 50 gold, 50 peaches. 50 golden peaches.
I'll add them to my character.
All
That's
right.
good. Thanks, man.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing with you guys. It was cool.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, you too, man. It was good.
Sweet as.
No TPK.
Yeah, nearly. Those
It was close. It was close.
those violet fungi are meant to like spawn every turn, and after there was like 3 of them out, I was like, I think I better leave it at that.
That was a bit yahtzee.
Yeah.